notification?
I think it's fine.
It's good? All right, let me make sure
Where
that...
are you at in the video right now?
The start screen, making the character.
Nice, yeah, cool.
Okay, I'm gonna make sure that the forward and back work. Okay. All right, perfect. So, okay guys, here we go. So basically, we always do these on new game. So you create your character. I don't even remember what the starting class is for Bloodborne. It's military veteran, yeah.
Military veteran, yeah.
Okay, so there you go.
Skill and strength.
Do
you level up both, right?
Yeah. So one thing to point out for this run that's different, because this is again the all boss. The reason I'm playing this one is because the strats are more defined than my original no hit run for any percent. But the only thing that's different is that for me, I level 50 strength and 30 skill. But for this run, you do 30 skill and 50 30 strength and 50 skill because of visceral attacks for the optional bosses. So those are the only two things that are different than this, but it really isn't going to affect anything because we don't get to those later bosses in the any percent, so it doesn't really matter. So right in the beginning, this is something that I developed for this wolf. It's pretty tough to pull off, but basically you're gonna just run up to him and do a charged R2 and get a backstab. If you're too late, he'll turn around and he'll probably reset you. So this is called wolf percent, and we all know about that. So look, Hideous is in chat and in chat. Wow. Gimme, do you do anything for that wolf?
So sometimes when I miss it, if you miss that, run into the room afterwards, and as it runs towards you, if you go to your right, usually he misses, and then you can get the backstab anyways, because we've all failed that backstab, and it usually means rip run, but that's the backup strat. Otherwise, it's the same as yours.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So right here, so we're gonna have to keep going back to show you guys stuff. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna
not going back right now. I don't think it's synchronized because my video isn't going backwards. When you press backward,
that's annoying.
He just keeps playing.
But do you see it on? Oh, it's still playing for you.
Yeah, you go back.
Oh, that's not good.
It just keeps going.
That sucks. So right now it's not going backwards.
Damn this program, dude.
Yeah. All right. I don't know.
Okay, if you just want to like talk and then I'll add stuff in, but
okay, fine. So
I mean, I won't see the video.
That's fine. So right here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull the ladder to get it to come down, and as it's coming down, we're gonna go pick up these mollies and Molotov cocktails, and they're gonna be used later on in the run. This is called ladder percent. So these are, when I'm saying percents, that means that's where you get to where you reset and you end the run. So wolf percent, ladder percent, these are probably parts that you will reset the most in the very beginning. Those pebbles right there are, oh god, my notification still went off. Thanks for the host, Gimme.
I know, because like it's not working, so I'll just watch your stream and then talk.
Okay,
you know
that's
what I mean?
fine.
That's like the best.
All right, so we just picked up the mollies there. We're gonna go up here and grab the bloodstone shards. These are upgrade materials for your weapon. So we're basically getting upgrade things for later on. So we're gonna run through this fucking guy right here. You don't have to get them? Yeah, you don't have to get those particular ones. This fucking guy can shoot you.
Do you have to listen for when he starts shooting and then quickly like zigzag?
So we got blood vials, I believe, which are your healing items. Wow, I haven't actually watched this run in so long. I miss Bloodborne so much. Okay, so we're just running through. We're gonna go talk to an NPC. Her name's Eileen the Crow. She gives you bold hunter's marks. This is Bay.
Yeah.
And bold hunter's marks allow you to leave areas safely with your echoes, which are your currency, and get out of the area. So basically what I do is I start with the saw spear, which is this weapon right here. And I do this so that I don't have to go to Hunter's Dream, and I can just use this for the first boss so that, you know, if we reset or anything like that, I wouldn't have to go back to the Hunter's Dream, because that adds up over time. So
yeah, the resets in this first split can be tilting, so it gets frustrating to the point where you start playing worse. So yeah, that's why Donnie does it this way, much quicker.
Yeah, and
whereas I go
good
back
for
to the
your
dream
mentality.
and get the cleaver and the gun, because I parry Pontiff in my run.
Harry Pontiff, that's right.
Yeah.
So basically,
that's universals. We all get the box.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
So we get the music box, so we do that. So this giant, we kill him. He drops blood vials, but I don't get those right now. And again, it's just to save time. I run up here, I grab the music box. The music box is used for the first boss that we fight. His name is Father Gascoigne. We call him Papa G. You can do a drop animation, grab the blood vials instantly on the drop, saves time again. And then this is also a time save. You just drop straight down.
Oh my god, I didn't
drop and then go. So a lot of things that I do are to save time. And I know that we're not going against time technically, but you're going against your mental time, right? So you're trying to be as fast as you can, because if you reset, you don't want to go back and do all of these things, these tedious things. You just want to go. So let's go back real quick.
You run past those guys. Whereas I throw Molotovs to kill them.
That's what I was gonna say. These fucking guys right here can instantly attack you, and it's so annoying. They're so fast. So what we used to do, and what Gimme does still, and again for reset purposes, is to throw Molotovs at them. But I don't do that. I just run past because it's so early in the game.
Yeah.
This is a very famous pig. Everyone always makes a comment about fisting the pig. So
where's Black Daddy or Pig?
So we grab these items. The cold blood was like souls in Dark Souls. The item that I picked up just now, you do not need for the any percent. That is not necessary. The reason that we get it is to get a cane to hit an enemy through a door later on in the all boss run. But we'll go over that later. Pig percent, yeah, man, exactly.
Sorry, my brother just interrupted me, but I'm back.
Worries, man. Some people don't get the saw spear, but goes to the dream to get the cleaver. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you can do it. You can do it different ways, but I do this just to be faster. So we're coming up on the first boss here. Good old Papa G. Anyone that's played Bloodborne, whether it be a speed run, whether it be a no-hit run or a challenge run, deathless, whatever, knows that this boss can reset you so many times. Yeah, he's so tilted.
He's such a cool boss to have at the beginning of a game, but when it comes to challenge runs, it gets aggravating because of his gun is the most bullshit thing to me.
Exactly, because it's a blunderbuss, so it sprays. It's like a, I don't know, it's crazy. So basically so let's go back. We need to talk about him. So Papa G has 3 different phases. He has a short axe phase, then he extends it, and then he goes into a beast form. What we have, the item that we have, it's a music box. It affects him with the lore. It has something to do with his family and his favorite like songs. So we won't really get into that, but what we use the music box for is to expose him to backstabs, because he gets distracted by the music box and he is open so that you can get a backstab like you saw. This strat I developed after watching Faraz Khan do his strat, but he does it a little differently, and he goes around the big part in the middle of the room. So as you can see, we're just backstabbing him 3 times. In his first phase, no matter how much health he has, if you use that music box 3 times, he will transform no matter what. So 3 times you can use it.
So I did have experience with this because I did the No Hunter's Dream run, and what sucks is when you fail a backstab, Have you ever done like? Did you ever do that, or did you get it out of your muscle memory to fail a backstab and then you can't use the box again because he'll transform, right? Did you ever have trouble?
No, that never happened before.
Ooh, too pro. You're too pro. Then.
That's scary. I mean, I've missed backstabs before, but I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
If you do the box 3 times, then
okay,
he transforms quickly, doesn't he?
Oh yeah. Okay, I got you. I know what you're saying. So okay, let's go back. So like I said, he goes into beast form after his first human form phase. Now something about this beast form is that it has an AoE. Okay, and AoEs count as a hit. It's a stagger, so staggers counts as hits, which you see the explosion. Now what he just did is he instantly turned around. This is something that doesn't happen all the time. It's probably like a 30% chance, but usually you can backstab him when he does that transformation because he sits for a second. So you're just gonna have to not freak out. Know that you can use the music box again. He'll freak out in his beast mode. You can get a backstab, and that's pretty much GG. So
I used to like intentionally run away because I felt it was safer to run around the big tombstone, then use the box again because I was scared of the insta turn.
Gotcha. Okay.
But if you can see that it happens, and you can see there's some visual of him turning as the explosion happens, you can react quickly like you just did and still use the box.
I think it's just more with experience and just knowing what he'll do and how to react to it. So we get this jewel thing, which you can pop, which I just did, which you can turn into a gem for your weapon, and the item that he drops is a key to open this gate here. So,
and popping that gem is one of the most satisfying things in the run.
Oh yeah,
so cherish it.
Love that sound. It's so good.
Oh, and just to note, like, it seems obvious, but in the beginning, Donnie was using the tombstones to shield himself from the blunderbuss. That seems like obvious, but I think it's something we should note.
Oh,
he can shoot through some of the tombstones, right? So
yeah. So if he is close up on the tombstone, he cannot shoot through it. But if he's a little further away, he definitely can. It's bullshit. Let's go back. So this item that we pick up in the chest, I believe this is for your gems, right?
Yeah, to help fortification.
Yeah, this is the Blood Gem Workshop tool. Yeah, so you need that. And now we're going to Cathedral Ward. Crow's there too. So we're gonna light this lamp. Sorry, Dark Souls talk. Because we're gonna come back here later. And now what we do is we pick up the, I believe this is the Hunter set. Yeah, and this set is what we use for the rest of the run. What I've been told and what I've, I guess, experienced is that it gives you more beasthood. Is that correct?
Yeah, and there was another use, but I've forgotten it, dude.
Yeah, it might be the frenzy. I think that's what it is. The frenzy build up.
That's it. And also, clothes don't weigh you down in Bloodborne, so you don't have to worry about that.
Exactly. So this part right here is a big reset part because this dog is annoying. So something that I do is I go up to this tree, but I don't go all the way up. I kill the dog and then molly this guy. And then he should come over to you, but sometimes he likes to do sidewalks. So just dodge them. These enemies are really easy to deal with in this game. We get this guy, and you can quick attack this guy. I should do it here. So your attack is faster than any of his attacks that he can do. We're gonna go over here. What is it?
Torch, is that faster than?
Oh yeah, the torch guy, he can get you. What did we just pick up?
So Molotovs, more Molotovs, and
mollies, and okay, cold blood do. Those are like souls in Bloodborne, so you get more echoes or souls.
Yes.
So what we're gonna do on this part is we're gonna run up, come back down, go by this tree, so that because there's 2 dogs that are gonna come get you right here, and if you go by this tree, generally they won't they won't come around. So you can throw mollies or you can hit them. It doesn't really matter. Usually throwing mollies is safer because you're at a distance. Dodge this guy, kill him. He's going to give you your first amount of bullets for your gun later. And then
Sometimes the second dog gets stuck.
He gets stuck at the top, right? Yeah. He's annoying. So
you can throw a molly there as well if you don't.
You got to hit him with the Kobe.
Just that tree, because if you like move away from the tree, they'll come round the banister or whatever it's called.
So right here, what we do,
position, no matter what happens.
Exactly. So we cooperate with this guy. We get fire paper, which we'll use for our weapon later on.
Yeah, it's very effective against beasts, right?
So we're actually going to go to a different area, and we're going to come back later. So we're going to open this tomb. We do a fall cancel, or I don't really know what you want to call this, but animation cancel. So if you run off the ledge but you spam the button to pick an item up, you'll still run, but it'll still register that you picked the item up. This is again just a little time save that I do to go down there. I think I popped a soul or something.
Like one of the easiest things to do, like
in Bloodborne, it is. Yeah, it's so consistent.
Yeah, so you just even if you're not trying, you'll probably end up doing it.
Right, exactly. So the item that I just picked up again is another gem for your weapon. And then right here, we're going to pick up pungent blood cocktails. These cocktails are like alluring skulls in Dark Souls. So they attract beasts. They don't attract hunters. They attract the wolves and the dogs, right, Gimme? I think. And the beast dudes, right?
The most beneficial use is BSB, right?
Exactly.
In that boss fight.
Exactly. So we molly this guy, one-shots him. I have come up with so many different strats for Old Yarnum, which is the area that we're in now, because
it's a terrible place.
It's so bad. Like, these guys are quick. This drop determines if you're going to get the run or not, because sometimes, see that roll that we did out? There's a guy that's shooting at you. If you don't get that roll cancel and you don't roll,
like stagger.
Yeah, even if you're spamming the roll button, sometimes it just doesn't work, and you will do a fall where it's a hard fall where you have to recover from it. So this is pretty much where the run starts. So we just run through the area. We throw the cocktail for those beasts to get them over here. Fall damage in Bloodborne is very forgiving. Again. What is it?
That drop, the best thing to do, like you said, is spam as you're going to land. But there's actually like 2 other ways to run around that place. There's even a way that if you do stagger, you can still roll in time.
Really?
But that's like on that I did that on my run.
Okay.
M does this place differently as well.
I think MCV runs around the side.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's little shit wolves that we need to talk about, because these wolves will reset your run so many times. This is one of the worst parts, because what we're gonna go do is pick up these things called beast blood pellets, and what these do is they allow you to, over time, if you're attacking an enemy, it will build up and you'll do increased damage over time with this meter on the top of the screen, which you'll see later. But those wolves can trap you in that corner, and it's really, really a nightmare.
And as I said earlier with the start wolf, the best way to dodge them is run to your right, and 9 times out of 10 it dodges all their attacks.
Gotcha.
Straight to the right, and then
they're quick, but they're pretty slow, and they're pretty forgiving with you just running right by them. What I just did was I threw a cocktail because there's a beast in that room, and I picked up another upgrade material for a weapon. And let's see what we're gonna do.
Yeah, what Oyster says, where there's a hunter at the bottom, if you do the drop in a different way, that's true. So you really just have to pick your poison with that.
Yeah,
part,
you just play around with it.
It's gonna be a tough part of the run.
These little things are like the crystal lizards from Dark Souls. So I don't know what they're called. Creatures, little shit creatures or something.
They're called Wandering Nightmare.
Wandering Nightmare,
term,
okay.
I'm not sure.
So yeah, they drop
They
another
give
upgrade.
you upgrade.
So what I did was I Homeward Bone or Hunter's Marked Out to go back to the lamp. And then it looks like I'm reading something here. I think someone sent me the clip of me getting hit right here. So let me just fast forward. Okay, so we're pretty much done now. So now this is our first trip to the Hunter's Dream. On your first trip to the Hunter's Dream, the doll, which is your fire keeper or your person that will upgrade you, is not active. So you actually have to go twice for her to be active. So now what we're gonna do, put our armor on. I buy the old Yarnum hat, which again helps with frenzy buildup. And this is where we get our weapon and our pistol. So
I think I didn't know if later on the doll is not animated, you can still level up.
On your first trip?
Not the first trip, just later on.
Really?
She's not animated.
Oh, okay.
I saw M do it, and I was like, "What?"
That's very cool. Very, very cool. I did not know
you've
that.
Got enough. Plus, how much did you level your weapon?
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, we need to go back. Okay, so we get our weapon. We get our pistol. We put our armor on. This is basically our whole set. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna level our weapon to +2. We're gonna put the blood gems on that we got, and then that's pretty much it. And then we're gonna buy more cocktails for Bloodstarved Beast. Mogan is there too. Look at this guy. If you have no insight, you can still level up. That's really interesting, Gata. I did not know that. Wow.
And also, something I promote is you can kill the doll to level up faster.
Yeah, see, I think that's cruel. I think that's cruel, man.
Even on speedruns, Faraz didn't kill her.
Exactly. Yeah, I know. So, okay. So now what we're going to do, we're going to equip the fire paper, the beast blood pellet, and the cocktails, and we're ready to go. We're ready to fight our second boss, which is Bloodstarved Beast. So we're going to use a shortcut that we got earlier on, and I believe we're going to go get the fire paper that's up top here.
Yeah, there's extra fire paper.
Okay, we're going to go down.
Use it on shadows then.
And I believe I use fire paper on shadows. So nice. This enemy, you could just run past him. There is a wolf on the left that can sometimes chase you, so you just have to listen out. This is something that I came up with. If you just throw a cocktail here, there's a wolf right there. He just goes and gets it. No problem. You don't have to deal with him. The reason I do that is because he can sometimes come after you, because what we're doing is grabbing Bolt Hunter's marks and we're killing this little creature dude. Crystal lizard, I'll still call them, for upgrade materials for later. So okay, are we ready for BSB?
Yeah. So you basically just want to throw cocktails at the wall and slap her in the back, but she can be very
jumpy,
finicky, right?
Yeah. Something also about BSB,
she just does weird stuff,
is that she won't activate sometimes, so you have to make sure that she's walking over to you, because then you're pretty much screwed. So I have a pretty consistent strat that I do here. You just have to be careful. The cocktails affect her, so she won't really come after you too much. So
you throw a cocktail at the wall. You do transform attacks to build up beast blood meter.
So what she's doing right now is she's going to go to her third phase. If you don't backstab her quickly, she will do like a charge up and just spray poison everywhere. And if you get hit by her poison and it builds up, that's a hit and you have to reset. So, but pretty straightforward. Anything else, Gimme? I think. Do
you want to just go back to the start to know when you take the beast blood pellet and the fire paper?
Yeah, so this is something that Zeus taught me, actually. There's certain spots that we do this at. So so I pop these at this little vase thing, and then you wait, and then you pop the beast blood pellet, then you throw the cocktail. And there you go. And I think Faraz called this part right here when she's coming up to you body blocking, because she's right in front of you and you can do your attacks. I don't think I did a very good job here, but yeah, okay. That was still fine. That was still good.
Got enough cocktails.
The crystal lizards are called
as well.
Scurrying Beast. Okay. What does it give me?
I usually have like 3 for the fight cocktails, but because you went back to the dream, you have like 5. So if anything goes wrong,
just in case,
you've got some extras. I think that's pretty safe, pretty good.
This fight usually is done with +0 without even getting that shortcut. So I do it because it's safer and you do more damage. You completely just melt this boss. So and there you go. Something
3
about
cocktails to spare. That's
what is it?
You have 3 cocktails to spare. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, I think I use those later. I don't remember. I think I sell them or something. I don't remember. Okay. But something. Damn, what was I gonna say?
Sorry.
I don't remember. It's okay. It'll come back to me.
It's too easy to interrupt each other, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. Nope. It's not there. All right. Anyways, oh yeah, something to note about Bloodborne is that your items that you have and your materials, your beast blood pellets, your fire paper, all of those things are very, very crucial. This is not like Dark Souls where you can just do stuff without having buffs or having cocktails. Like every item that you have, you need them. So you have to just be very careful on your executions.
Exactly. You need to utilize them very well at the right moments. And if you waste a resource, it could be rip run. You'd have to reset.
Right. Exactly. So what I did, I just went back. I grabbed those hunter's marks because now we have blood cocktails to get rid of those beasts. So yeah. Earl, how are you doing, man?
Yeah.
So you switch back to cleaver once you go back. Spear, not as good. No, the saw cleaver is like OP, dude. It's the best weapon for this run. So I do the spear in the beginning just because it's faster, so I don't have to go to the hunter stream in the beginning. Okay. So if you see where we are now, so right now we're running back up to after the Papa G fight. This lamp is what we lit earlier, and on the right, the door is open because we killed Bloodstarved Beast.
Yeah, and that's the reason why you have to kill BSB in an 80% run.
She's not required, is she? That's right.
Huh? She's not required, yeah, but like otherwise you have to spend 10k to get through the gate.
I didn't even put that together.
It's okay.
That's funny. So
there's the door clothes which sell for a lot of echoes. So
exactly.
All round worth to kill BSB.
So this is the abandoned workshop, right? This place.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to the left right now to kill a scurry that has twin blood shards, right?
Yes. So those are our next upgrade material.
So the single ones go to +3. The twin ones go to shit.
Yeah, I was trying to think of that too. But the upgrade,
10.
Yeah, I think it's bloodstone shards, twin bloodstone shards, blood chunks, something
you need
like that.
16 of each of those, right?
Yeah, so I think it's 5, 3, and 8 for your upgrades. So what we're doing is we are just collecting items. We are getting this doll set, which sells for a lot. I picked up an umbilical cord, which you don't need for the 80%, but again, this is the all boss run that we're looking at. Those umbilical cords we'll go over in part 2, but we'll come back to this.
If you're going to come here for the doll clothes, which is advised, you may as well get the umbilical cord to get more insight, I guess.
There you go. Yeah, you can pop those for insight. Very true. And insight you can use at the insight bath thing to get more cocktails and fire paper and bolt paper. They're like special items pretty much.
Yeah.
So what we did is we just dropped all the way down. We're pretty much coming out on another side of Cathedral Ward, which is that lamp that we were at. And we're going in around this shortcut right here, so that we don't have to spend 10,000 echoes to open the actual door that's like far over here.
You want to go back quickly to the dog, because that's something to note. How to get past the dog? It seems simple, right? But you need to like
this dog, man.
diagonally run to the wall.
Oh yeah, okay. So
run diagonally again.
So he usually does that, okay? Usually. But sometimes he can freak out and he can get you. Later on, again, when we go to part 2, we'll come back down here. I believe send the elevator back down. It's not necessary to do for this run, but later on we have to come back down here to go to another boss. And I throw a cocktail at that dog later because, you know, you're done with the any %, so you want to be careful.
You don't want to get hit by that.
So what we're doing is we're opening a shortcut for after the next boss that we're gonna fight, and we're gonna open this shortcut because we're gonna go back and we're gonna level up our weapon and I think we're getting our first levels for our character as well.
Nice. I was just thinking the drop down to Amelia. Should we explain that, or do you think it'd be easier for someone to just look at the VOD and then analyze it? Because there's a specific drop to get to the abandoned workshop, right?
Wait, to get to the here, we can go back.
Or kind of like go in between.
To get here, to get to this area. This one here.
The video's delayed for me.
Oh, that's right. Okay, sorry. Here, I'll pause it.
There, that one.
This one. Okay. Yeah, so there's
that little gap.
It's like a little square, and you pretty much just drop down there in the middle. You can do it a couple different ways. You can actually roll, like you can go out further and look and roll. But I find it just easier just to drop there. Do you do it? How do you do it? Give me pretty much the same way.
So walk straight to the left. There's that little broken bit of wood, and just squeeze in between there.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty. Get it down really easily with a bit of practice.
But it's you might die, and just pay attention to your health as well. Make sure you're good. In this run, we don't level up our health or our endurance. Endurance in Bloodborne is you get a lot. Like, it doesn't look like it, but if you play Dark Souls 3, you get a lot, and you'll notice the difference because fall damage is.
It's weird though.
Oh man.
It might just be the way the game plays, but I don't need that many attacks one after the other. You're not going to be spamming attacks, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's very true.
Dodges cost nothing, just like in Dark Souls. Dark Souls 3, sorry.
That's very true. Okay.
But obviously, health we don't need because we're not getting hit. That's simple as that, really.
Exactly. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to Hunter's Dream, and we're gonna do level ups now. Like I said, there's speedrunners and no-hit runners that do Amelia +0, but I can't do that. So I do +2. There are some runners that do +3, and I level up very specifically for this boss. And like I said, your execution is pretty much everything. You can't really get away with not leveling a certain way or just fighting a boss straight up, because you could probably get hit, especially for this next boss.
If you mess up the strat for Amelia, you're pretty much dead. You can try and salvage it. Then there's someone like Oyster who's been trying the gun-only run, no hit, and he must have learned Amelia's attacks really well. So there could be a way to do it otherwise, but
right, exactly.
Because the best way, most efficient way, is just to stun lock her to death.
Yeah, exactly. That's true.
To put it into perspective, I did the No Hunter's Dream BL4, and I think one time I managed to no hit her, but it wasn't the completed run. So you can do this boss no hit with like the shittiest weapon, the shittiest stats, but so if you are leveled up, then it's going to be a much easier time.
Right.
And as long as you get the strat correctly, it's a pretty easy boss, right?
Exactly. This is a gimme boss. This is an easy boss. This is a boss that you should know you should beat every single time, 9 out of 10 times at least. But I leveled up 25 strength and 21 skill. It took me about 4 hours straight to learn and perfect this strat. because I could not do it +0. It was too scary for me. So
I leveled up when I got this run because +0, like you said, it's scary. It's really
yeah.
scary, man.
So what did I do? So
There's no reason not to level up. It's quite quick. You need to go
Yeah.
back to level up your character. So why not level up your weapon
yeah, exactly.
and make it easier on yourself?
This guy right here, man, that big dude can end runs. He's ended so many runs. These two guys usually aren't that
Yeah.
scary. They're pretty good.
You mean the guys before the door?
Okay, gotcha, Hideous. Then you stagger
The
again.
guys before the door ended a lot of my runs, but
Did they? I don't think they've ever got me before.
Yeah.
Boy, the one guy
Must
near
be
the
the way
door
you
can
run
quick
through
attack
there.
you. So
yeah. So you either have to time your roll or run to the side.
yeah, exactly.
Those guys, but yeah.
All right, I'm gonna
you
go
didn't get
back,
hit,
Gimme,
then,
and explain. So, okay, as we run up the stairs, this is something that Zeus and I think Quiddy taught me. There's big squares that you can see, right? So the second one in, so this is first one. So this one right here, we pop the fire paper, then it starts the cutscene, and we switch over to the blood pellet. We run up to her, we pop the pellet, she's gonna scream. We're gonna R1, L1 her hand, it's gonna stagger. And then we hit her foot here, R1, L1, L1. And then do the same thing on the other side. And then we get the visceral. So it's pretty quick. Once you start getting it, you'll understand and you'll know what to do. So this part after the visceral is very crucial, that you do not hit her hand. You need to hit her foot or her knee, because what you want to do when she screams here is stagger her arm right there, and then you can just go hit her, and then boom, one more hit and she's dead. Very quick fight. If you need to go back and watch it, you'll just see it's R1, L1, L1's around her whole body pretty much, but you'll just have to go back and see how it's done. It's kind of hard to say it at the same time that it's going, but I think watching the VOD would help.
So if you're +0, you need to do an R1, L1, L1, right? You
Yes.
need to do 3 hits on the arm.
Yes, in the
But if
beginning.
you've got an upgraded weapon, it's just R1, L1. So it's all about timing, and if you do upgrade your weapon, you need to be careful of when you stagger her. You stagger her
Yeah.
in less hits.
Your
So
levels.
as soon as one arm staggers, you need to move on to the next limb.
Yep, because
keep rotating around her.
yeah, Bloodborne is very big on limb staggers. So if your weapon is upgraded or not upgraded, it will determine how many hits it takes for an enemy or a boss to stagger. So you just have to be aware of your levels so that you can consistently do the same thing every time.
Yeah, and if we go back to Amelia quickly,
Mm-hmm.
so it always goes her left arm, her right leg, her left leg, right?
Right arm. Well, from our perspective, so right arm,
so
left leg,
on your right,
and then
her
we
left
go
leg.
around. We hit her other leg.
Because yeah, her left. Oh god, it's very complicated, but once you learn it, it's just like boom, 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 isn't it?
Yep, just like that. So okay, fine. We'll go with her perspective because it's easier. Okay, so her left hand, arm, her left arm. Okay.
Right leg.
Her right leg. And then her left leg.
And then that's when you take the visceral, right?
Mm-hmm. And then we do the visceral. Okay. And then we go her right leg. She'll back up. And then her right arm. And then she staggers.
Yeah.
And then we hit her one more time.
In between each limb, you need to be careful of your stamina. You need to let it recharge.
Mm-hmm.
But then if you don't start hitting her quick enough, she can not stagger soon enough. It's like, it's so execution based, dude.
And as you can see, the meter that we were talking about, that's our beast meter in the middle and the top of the screen. And basically that's what's, each time the meter builds up, we're doing more damage on each consecutive hit. Hi, Comic. How are you doing, man?
One last thing I was gonna say about Amelia. Yeah, so you have to hit the limb specifically, and if you accidentally hit a different limb, she won't stagger sometimes.
Yes,
So
very true.
You have to be so precise with Amelia, man. It's insane.
Yeah, she's I'd say she's very annoying to learn, but once you learn her, you'll get her every time. If not, 9 out of 10 times. Yeah.
Easy once you get it down for sure. The way you get her down is just practice, right?
Mm-hmm. That's all it is, yeah. There's a lot of people that say, I never will be able to do these runs. Dude, we are both people. We both eat, breathe, shit, take shower sometimes, and live. So there's nothing different from me than you other than the time and dedication and practice that we put into these runs. That's it.
So Faraz, Squidder, Hob is like these idols to me, and they still are.
Me too. Yeah, 100%.
Like, wow, they're fucking amazing. I want to be like them. And then we did it, right? Just enough time and effort.
Yeah, and you just do it in a different way. You do it that's comfortable for you. That's all. Anyways,
like, my point is, like, we were like people who may be wanting to do these runs now. We were like looking at Faraz and Squidder and thinking, holy shit, can we do that?
I didn't think I could ever do this. But yeah, something to note, the all boss run, I was actually the first one in the US to ever do this run and third in the world, which is insane to think because there's so many people in the world. And all those people don't want to deal with this shit. So it's a big accomplishment. It feels really good to be able to put your mind to something and practice and take the time to do it, and it's amazing. So
that's the thing, dude. You have like a job and you have other stuff going on.
Yeah.
And you were just grinding after work constantly.
I gained 20 pounds doing this because this is all I did after work.
Yeah.
I ate fast food and played this game.
Like some people just come home and watch TV, so you know.
So
I think what you did was amazing.
Okay, I'm gonna go back.
Anyway, we're getting sidetracked with like the mentality.
Yeah. So okay, we're done with Amelia. We're gonna run through that shortcut that we opened. We're picking up Madman's Knowledge. Madman's Knowledge is something that you pop, you get insight. Again, insight is used, that little eye that says 4. It's used to purchase items that you can't get from the normal shop. And what we're doing is we're making our way down to the forest. Once you kill Amelia, you get a password to open this door. This door.
That's the point. You need to make sure you click on the skull to watch the cutscene.
Yes, that's very true.
Once you get to this door, about that. It won't open.
That's very true. So, yeah. So you do the cutscene after the Amelia fight, and so now we're making our way to everyone's favorite split. Everyone's favorite boss is in this. There's no one that resets on this boss. This is the easiest boss in the world. That is the biggest fucking lie.
They're thrilling though. They're actually thrilling to fight. I like them.
So
but they do suck. They are hard.
This split is where most people will actually come in to see where you are, and if they see you're on the shadow split, they will stay because this fight, man. Oh boy, let me tell you, this fight. Shadows is the biggest reset besides Papa G. We're done with early game. Shadows is 100% the biggest reset of this entire run. They are just terrible. But before we get to Shadows, we need to go through the forest to collect items. What we did is we lit that bonfire or the lamp because we're going to be coming back to it. We're making our way to open up the shortcut, but along the way we're picking up items to upgrade our weapon. Gimme it's +6, is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
+6. Okay.
We don't get any chunks in the forest. We get twin bloodstone shards.
Right. Okay. So yeah, we're upgrading our weapon to +6. And we're also going to pick up a new item that we haven't seen earlier called blue elixirs. What blue elixirs do is they make you kind of invisible. They make enemies react to you slower so that you can get past them easier. So We kill these dogs because they suck. They will come out of the cages if you do not, and they will trap you in the room that we're going to right now, which we get our blue elixirs at.
So should we like running commentary through the forest and then go back to the start of the forest and explain each different part? Because this place is crazy.
Yeah, the forest actually did take me some time to learn. So, all right, let's go back. Okay. Here we go.
Throw a cocktail. Oh, yeah, even the guy you kill at the start, you know?
Yeah. So, as you go down, you can go straight off the edge. Drop down. There are upgrade materials here, the Twin Blood shards. I go up on the left over here because there's a guy that comes down, so I wait for him.
Just let him pass.
I'm confused. It's called Shadows Die Twice, but there are 3 shadows. There's going to be 6. Okay, so. All right. Yeah, this actually took me a while. I think the forest was the most intimidating for me for the early game. The Reborn split was also pretty scary, but this, I don't know why, because I had such a hard time with this place. So we kill this guy. This little wood thing, it's actually a trap, like a pendulum thing that comes down. Oh, Gimme, I'm gonna have to go back a little bit, so I guess that's okay. Because you're gonna be delayed, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically right after the little trap, we hit a right. So the first right that you can take, we throw a cocktail for this beast. You do not have to do that. You can run past him, but he's reset my runs, so I do it. And then we're just gonna go straight. We're gonna throw a molly, get the upgrade material, and then just turn around.
Oh, my mic fell down. So if you don't kill the scary beast quick enough when you land, he runs into a bunch of crows. So you gotta be quick enough to kill that scary beast without, creating more danger for yourself.
Right. So we don't really aggro him because we throw a molly and he's too slow to react, but you can see the crows there. And then basically we're just going to turn around and run straight across the path through these little flower things. And then we're going to go down, make a left, and we're going to go straight up. And you'll see the little... I usually look for indicators when I'm learning stuff, so you'll see the little red light on the door, so that's how you know that you're going the right way.
Yeah, towards the dogs, right?
Yeah, exactly. So we'll kill the dogs, turn around, go into the little hut thing right next to you, and pick up the blue elixirs. You're gonna leave there, make a right, go left. You're gonna see an item. That item is bullets, and then here I'm gonna pause. Well, shit, get this thing out of here. There is beast blood pellets inside of this little house thing, but you don't have to go in there. You can actually grab them from the outside of the house, which is a little clever thing that you can do. So it's pretty cool. So now what we're gonna do is pop a blue elixir. We're gonna go from this guy that's creeping on the side of the corner, just run through these enemies. I don't think they've ever hit me before. And we're gonna go through this little swamp part. Now these guys, you can run straight through them. I throw mollies at them because they suck. And again, these are the same guys from the beginning of the run that are very quick. So
I used to run through them, and then I used mollies. But when you use mollies, you got to be careful of the dudes above you. You can trigger them, and they'll throw mollies at you and kill you.
Yeah, they will do that. And if you see the little icon, as soon as I walk into here, you'll see the little triangle thing. That means that I'm like oiled up, right? That I'm lubed up. So if he mollies you, you're pretty much dead, I think.
And I believe you walk before you hit the river, or that's at least what I do. I walk a little bit, like jog.
So you can kind of go through that how you want. There's people that do different things. Again, you can run straight through them, you can molly them, you can do whatever. But let me go back. So this guy, he's on a timer. I think Frost told me that. So you can just run up to him, you can double backstab him, and he'll give you Yeah, he gave me a nice drop. I think
Doesn't turn
sometimes he'll drop
around.
oil urns, but yeah, he's on a timer. So the longer you wait to backstab him, he'll actually turn around.
You know that. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
See, I'm learning stuff.
Yeah. So
People do things in different ways that you can learn from each other constantly.
yeah, still, like we did this run like a year ago, man. So basically, right after the swamp, he is directly to the left. And then when you pick these up, you're going to go straight across the swamp. So to the right. I wait to grab these because, I mean, you don't have to, but I open the door, grab the cocktails, turn directly back around, and then pick up the items. It's just something that I like to do. You can pick them up before or after. And then you're going to bust a right. You're going to run up, and then you're going to take the first right that you can take into the little house there. There's a guy that can chase you, so you need to be careful. What's up,
Maybe
Kimmy?
explain how you run through the cannon. That's quite important, right?
Yeah.
You do this way.
So
That's
basically,
crazy.
I pick
That's
up the
like
blood
safe.
vials. This guy can be this dude right here, the one that's outside. He can be inside of the little hut thing that you're in, and he can instantly attack you. If he's in there, he has a rake, so his range is just weird. He can reset you, so him being outside is a good thing. You can run straight through. There's a guy that'll shoot at you, but he's too slow. So we're gonna just make a right. Boom. See how slow he is. You're gonna run. And make sure you have enough stamina because that cannon has an AOE. That cannon has actually hit me before on previous runs. So you're gonna run. The cannon will shoot, but you're already past it.
Wait, it has an AOE from the the nozzle of the.
No, the actual cannonball itself, if it fires down, it has an AOE. It sprays.
Okay, yeah. Sure.
Let me go back. Let me go back a little bit just so I can see. Pull it up and ready to go.
This
Oh man.
snake guy. The snake guy on the bridge. Psh.
Yeah. Okay. Comic has a question. Is the reason why you pick exactly this weapon? Mogan uses the second tier weapon for this kind of run. What are the advantages? Well, Mogan did a saw spear run. The OG no-hit run for Bloodborne is the saw cleaver. Just like now the twin what are they called? Give me twin swords.
Sellsword twin blades.
Yeah, sellsword twin blades are the standard no-hit run for DS3. So he did a different type of run with a different weapon. The leveling of that weapon and the damage that it does is very different than the saw cleaver. So
Slightly less, basically, and you level up a different stat to get the same results. The reason Mogan did that is because he wanted to stand out. But if you're gonna do this run, you don't care about standing out. You just want to do it. Then the
you're gonna pick this
cleaver is
one.
the best.
Exactly.
Why did you emote that?
I don't know.
It was the motion
So-
gesture, wasn't it?
Okay, yeah, probably. So after the cannon guy, we're gonna run.
That, man. That's...
We're gonna run. We're gonna make a right, and we're gonna drop off the ledge, and we're gonna go out this door. Now, this snake guy right here, man, is the most annoying dude to deal with. So what I came up with is I shoot him once, I throw one molly. I did not mean to do that. I almost 100 marked out. And then I believe it's 5 knives, I think. And then
Mogan
that's it. Yeah.
uses 20 knives, basically. Like 10, but he has 20 in his inventory, and I just copied that.
Oh,
like just
okay,
using
okay.
Knives.
See, I use knives from Miko,
It's
so...
Molotovs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But Molotovs are slower, so this dude can literally just step to the right or the left, and he dodges it, and it's frustrating.
Yeah,
And it wastes
exactly.
your resources. So.
Yeah, and like we said, your inventory is everything in these runs. So kill him how you want. You can just run past him. But anyways, once he's dead, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go cross over the bridge. You're gonna make a right, like a hook. You're gonna go past that opening there, and you're gonna go pick up twin blood shards, right? And you're gonna go get the shortcut.
Yeah, the elevator to get back to the start lamp.
Yep.
But just a quick note on that snake guy again.
Mm-hmm.
People like Zeus and K-Dub who have sped run this game,
Yes.
they just dodge past that guy.
Yeah, so what you
They're
can
just
do,
like OP. They're just really good at the game.
exactly, and I tried that. So another thing that you can do is you can lock onto him and do like a dodge and unlock. So you'll kind of dodge, like dash past him in a way. So, but I've gotten hit because he hasn't done the specific attack to actually be able to do that. He did some crazy shit. So yeah, I don't mess with this dude.
It's just because they're speedrunners, they've ran past that guy so many times. It's already in their muscle memory to quickly dodge past him. If you're not accustomed to it, then it's best to kill that guy.
Why don't you collect every item on your way through? They're worth money. Because some things you don't need very much. Like the minimal stuff or the things that we do pick up in this run, that's all you need. Like you don't, because you get specific levels. So as long as you're at around 40-ish skill by the end, then you're fine. Like you don't really need any more levels. So,
limit the stuff we pick up because it takes time and it might not be worth the amount of echoes you get from it might not be worth the amount of time you spend.
Yeah.
And
also enemy placements
shadows.
Right.
Yeah, that's true as well. But if I was you, if anyone wants to follow this tutorial, stick to the stuff we pick up. And then if you're feeling brave, try other things, but you might see that an enemy will come in and attack you.
Yeah.
And you'll learn to like, okay, I can't pick that up. I can't pick this up.
So after we open the shortcut, we go back down, we're picking up more items, and just I guess follow the routing. It's kind of hard to explain, but we're gonna run past these snakes here. They're pretty slow, but this snake right here, you need to get it and roll. So get the upgrade and roll, and then go back along the path, cut through. We're getting all of our upgrades for +6. And I know a lot of people, like Faraz does this completely different, but I followed Squilla's route for the forest.
I do it Faraz's way, or I followed Zeus for my any percent, and then I did Faraz for the bosses.
So you go backstab the dude. A bunch of
tips off you. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Guy.
So we're pretty much done. And now we're gonna go back to Hunter's Dream. We're gonna put our gems on that we got. The gems that we have, one of them gives you just increased damage, another one gives you increased damage with full health, and then I think the last one is just another damage bonus.
Yeah. So the amount of times you level up dictates how many gem slots you have, so it's best to level up your weapon, then put the gems on. And the specific gems that Donnie puts on, you should follow. I believe we keep the one you get from Papa G.
I think so.
Shadow's
yeah.
boss fight, right?
Baker, how are you doing, man? Thank
one
you.
outside the password door. The one outside the password door is one at full health, so keep that one on.
Yes, yeah, that's right. That's true. So yeah, we're gonna go to +6 here. I'm pretty fast with this, so maybe you'd have to go back. But yeah, sorry, that was I have the muscle memory, but for this, so it's and I love the sound too. But Tempering Blood 1 and 2 and the Red Bloodstone, I believe it's called. What I can do if you're watching this on YouTube, I can try and freeze it so that you know it's the top 3. So Tempering Blood Gemstone 1, 2, and Red Blood Gemstone on your slots, just like that.
That's the thing. When I was watching other people's VODs to learn these runs, they would do things so quickly they have to slow it down. But now, once you do it over and over, like you've just shown there, you just do it so quick you don't even think about it.
Exactly. It seems overwhelming at first, but you'll get used to it. What I did just there was I just bought I bought more throwing knives because we used them for the snake guy, and I used throwing knives later on for Mikalash, which you'll see. So I want to make sure that I have 20 of those. And then my levels are very, very specific. I learned this, I think, from Squilla or K-Dub. I can't remember, but we get 28 strength. And I think I'm short here, so I'm probably going to pop something. Yeah.
So yeah, you want to, in the any percent, if you have the, you get 28 strength.
Yeah, so I do
level strength.
The parrying, so... my everything everything from ROM and early is the same thing in the any percent as the all boss for me.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Something to note with the with the levels. Soft cap is 25, right? So you want to get one of them to 25 and then pump the rest into the other one, skill and strength.
Mm-hmm.
If you're just going to do the any percent, then it's better to get skill to 25, strength as much as you can.
Exactly.
But because we're doing all bosses and we need viscerals later on for the optional stuff, we generally go 25 strength and then pump the rest into skill.
Yeah. See, I do 30
strat,
strength. I do 30 strength and 50 skill for all boss.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. By the end of the run, I get up to 30.
Yeah. So I get 30 by ROM. Like when I get to ROM, I have 30, and that's all I level up. Yeah. So, but for the any percent, it's just backwards. So I do 25 skill and then the rest in strength. So.
It's a good idea to get the strength earlier because then it has the most use.
And because you don't really visceral until later on, so.
Wait, I'm changing some strats when I get to the DLCs. The DLC run.
All right, so now we're going back. We're gonna go fight Shadows now. So I feel like Shadows will spend most of our time as far as boss fights are concerned because of how bad they are, and we all have inputs on Shadows.
Oh man, it's just so much to think about with these guys, right?
Yeah, MCV, that's right. That's
general
exactly
strat.
right.
The general strat.
So the strat that I use is something that I got from Squilla, and I think K-Dub, I can't remember. They both were there at the time I was learning this, so I don't really remember. But the reason I get 28 strength, and that was actually from, it was from both of them, I think, is because you can parry the Katana Shadow 4 times. If you parry him 4 times, his health will be just enough to put them on the edge of going to the next phase. And that's why I level up 28, 21.
Nice.
And then you just hit the other guy, but now you'll have a reference of how much to hit him so that you don't bring him over that threshold before you're ready. So, but yeah, that's my general strat. You parry the Katana guy, get his health to where it needs to be, because they have 2 phases. The second phase, they have crazy snakes, and it's insane. But parry the guy, hit the other dude, and then we'll talk about the transition when we do it.
Like the idea is to get them both, the Katana guy and the Cast guy, to the lowest health you can, and then demolish one of them as they're transforming. But if you transform them early, it's better just to home with bone out, because
it's not worth it.
You don't want to fight 3 dudes snaked up, right?
Exactly. So so we're working on this dude. I've done this fight enough to where I'm comfortable taking a little risk, but not too much. But I guess we'll talk about what they can do. So first phase, there's 3 shadows. One has a katana. He pretty much just swings at you. The other guy can swing at you and do fire breath with the candle. And then this guy just does fireballs in first phase. And he can also melee you with his little mace thing that he has. It's very rare, so it'll catch you off guard. Let me go back so I can show you. The attack that I look for is the little sweeping attack that he's doing right now. That is the perfect attack for him to do to get a parry off. So that's what we do, and we pretty much just run around. So we're just running around, trying to avoid and trying to execute the strat that we're doing. So see, I'm trying to bait out. Go ahead, get me.
I don't want to go to parry or go to attack when the caster is casting fireballs, but you can use the iframes from the visceral to avoid the fireballs.
Correct.
So
yeah. Exactly.
It's how risky you want to be, but
so
if the dude's casting the 3 fireballs, then just run around.
Right.
You can use the big tombstone to block the fireballs as well, but that's risky again.
You just and this fight and Faraz teasing me is the reason and why I know how to claw grip. Yeah. So if you can see, I am running, but I'm also controlling my camera because I hold my controller like this. So this is how I hold my controller. So I
learned
do
to do it
that,
in the end,
yeah,
you know, like-
and I was being teased because I used to play like this, and I used to run and do this, but now I hold my controller like that. So this is how I play. So
Because I was
mm-hmm.
did Dark Souls 3 run and I wasn't using claw, and
Hi,
I decided
Tiger.
to learn it, and it feels so much better. I
Yeah.
play other games with claw now, and it's so nice.
Yeah, it's very, very nice.
Definitely a skill you want to learn for these runs. Put the time in. It definitely pays
100%.
off.
Yeah, it's worth it, especially for this fight. This fight is annoying. Let me go back because there's an attack that I don't dodge, and you don't really have to. And this Shadow's gonna do it now. So if he does that one that you usually parry, you can just kind of cut right, and it just goes right by you. So, anything else for first phase? Give me.
So you're trying to parry the katana guy, get hits off on the caster.
Mm-hmm.
Parry the katana guy 4 times, like you said. Get the caster down to the same amount of health. Guess because you wait for him to dash towards you, it's fine. But if you're gonna parry other attacks from the katana guy, you gotta be careful of his little bum boy trying to get in there, getting on the action.
Oh
the
yeah.
candle guy.
So I think we're ready.
They'll try and overlap their attacks, right?
MCV, I do 28-21 for this fight. So now we're ready. I use fire paper. You don't have to, but I do it just for more damage. So this is a strat that I came up with. If you bring the first dude here, you get him far enough away, he'll usually do that attack, and then you go for the hits. Now, this is something that can happen. I personally did not care about this run because, like I said, I just got to Moon Presence and I was pretty upset about getting hit. But yeah, you can usually just get him like this. The guy who blows fire, he doesn't usually do that. He'll usually just dodge away, but he did it there. There's a hitbox that is pretty close to where he is, but on the far side of the fire, it's not very close. And then let me go back so I could show you. So basically we pop the pellet, we get him to do this attack right here, and we kill him as fast as we can because the other ones are transforming and they're gonna throw fireballs at you if you're not fast enough. And then we go out, we kill this guy, the fireball guy, as fast as we can before the other guy shows up. Now this guy right here, Gimme, do you wanna talk about this dude? Which
one?
The last guy where we make him go in circles.
Yeah, so you need to time your attack, hit R1, he dashes, hit R1, he dashes. You need to time that specifically. But if you miss your attack, he can do like a quick backslash. As you're running towards him to initiate the what's it called? The R1 spam.
Mm-hmm.
What to call it, man? But
so we're just going in circles.
He can do long range attacks, right? So you need to be careful of that.
And
but otherwise, he's like a done deal. Once you kill the other two,
yeah,
you get for free.
He is a done deal to a certain extent. He can also make snakes come out of the ground and they can attack you.
I forgot about that,
yeah, they can attack you. So you just have to be quick. You have to be close to him. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you don't close the gap and get the R1 in as soon as possible, he can touch the ground, and that means he's gonna raise snakes.
Yeah.
If he does that, run to the fog gate closest to Rom. Oyster figured that out on his gun only run, and that tip helped me get this fight down really consistent.
Nice.
Like that was the finishing thing.
I think also it depends on where he is, where the snakes come up. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
So you might have to go to the other fog gate if he's
I
too
don't
close
know.
to the Rom one.
I don't know. I always run to the corner. Like if you're facing where you're gonna go to Rom to the right, I've always ran in that little corner right there. So. But yeah, you just be careful.
Different things work for.
Yeah, just watch out, and if you see snakes, run, or just run and dodge. So yeah, hi Genie, hello.
Something to note about the fire paper is Donnie was able to use one for the shadows because he got the extra 2 in Old Yarnum. If you don't get those extra 2, you're better off saving fire paper for Rom, right?
Yeah. It can be done without fire paper. I wouldn't really recommend it. It also just goes on knowing the strat to kill Rom, how we do it. I don't know what I just did, so let me just go back. Oh, okay. So I'm basically just leveling up, getting rid of my insight, and just leveling up to I think 30 21. Usually I'm at 30-22, which I guess is what I'm trying to do right now. And that's it. We're ready for Rom. We're gonna go fight Rom now. Anything else?
Oh, about the insight. So you want to spend your insight as much as you can. Don't waste it, but the more you spend, the better your beasthood is, right? Or the better your beast meter is.
What I heard from Squilla is that the lower your insight, the faster your beast meter builds up. I don't know if that's something that actually is true, but I've always gone with that. I believe it is. Cestus, how are you doing, dude?
Yeah. The higher your beast meter, the more damage you do.
Okay, yeah, exactly. That's what I've always gone off of. I don't know what I'm doing here. Is this Ludwig's music in the back?
I can't hear it.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I feel like we missed stuff with shadows, but they're so complex. You're gonna have to just, anyone watching this, you're gonna have to just practice shadows over and over. They're the boss you really have to grind to get consistent. And even then, it's a risky fight, and it's always gonna feel close, at least to me. Like, no matter how many times I practice that fight, done it 5 times in a row, no hit. Not quite the 10 times, but
it's never 100%. Yeah. So if you were to make a save file, it should be for shadows. 100%. That's the boss that's most likely going to reset you the most. In this run. But once you get past shadows, you can kind of breathe easy because the rest of the run isn't terrible. It's not that bad. I would say the beginning of the game in shadows is probably the worst of this run.
Yeah, there are some like tough parts later on, but the big mistake with shadows, right, is you breathe easy once you kill them, and there's this bug outside the fog gate, and people like calm down, don't they? And then they just they get hit with the bug.
Yeah. Let's.
Do you know what's going on about?
Yeah. I can go back to him so people can see him.
Shadows. Alert, because there's that bug there.
Yeah, so okay, that's a good thing you brought that up. This is why I tried to kill them as fast as possible, because I'll have the beast meter and the fire paper, and I run straight through. If you go close to him, Faraz figured this out. If you go close to him and then run away from him a little bit, he'll do this jump up in the air, and then you could just spam him down. So, but yeah,
I lock on and then slowly move backwards, and the jump still misses.
So that's the one that Gimme was talking about.
Him to death. Be careful with that guy. And the strat after them with the other bugs you thought of, right? And I use it.
Yeah. So I don't know what I'm doing. I think I'm just talking to chat or something. But so I extend my weapon, which makes it thick and long, you know. No loot. And then I shoot this guy, and you'll see 2 little roots, right? 2 little lines. The one closest to you don't pass, because then they can't touch you, and you pretty much just R1 them. They can't do anything. They'll run up close to you. Sometimes they'll jump in the air, but they can't touch you if you're behind this line right here. So, but most of the time they'll do this little thing where they just like go up to you closely. So. And then you just kill them.
I didn't know you killed both of them. That's even better, man. I need to do that. Yeah, sorry, I get too excited sometimes. I end up interrupting people, but
go ahead.
I'm learning stuff as we're doing this, man.
Yeah, it's good. Anything that I miss, just point it out, because we're so used to it that it's hard to not skip over little things that are really important, right? So so this next part coming up, there's an NPC. I think Faraz figured this out. If you run up the stairs a little bit, boom, and then run back down and go right under the stairs, I get this pearl slug because you can sell it for souls while the NPC is coming down the stairs, and you sneak She won't see you, so you kind of just chill under the stairs here and wait till she'll literally just come down the stairs, go back up, and just look at the wall, and you can just go right past her.
So you use the elixir to so you could open the gate for that dude who shoots fireballs, right?
Let me go back. Okay, so after these two guys, after the two bugs, that's what I'm talking about, Gimme. I completely forgot about that. So we pop an elixir right after we drop down. I think I use a light for my source. Yeah, so this light right here, I pop it because there's two of those bugs on the bridge up top, and they can fall down while you're opening this this shortcut. So yeah. Good shit right there.
So there's a dude that fires fireballs at you. I don't use an elixir here, so I run to the handle, open it, quickly run inside. No, I run round, I run it into the door, wait until the fireballs end, then open the shortcut, and I use an elixir for this lady.
Mm-hmm.
But whereas you do it, you use the elixir before the lady, and then you hide from her. So there are different ways to do this part.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't know that. That's actually wow, that's interesting. Yeah. And the elixir works for the NPC?
Yeah, as long as you're quick enough.
So now we run up the stairs, and we have to get the key to open the door for the next boss, which is Rom. We call her she's just the thick Spooter, right? She's Spooter Fluff. So
yeah, but what does Susie say? Fluffy. She has a song about it.
Yeah, Spooter Fluff, based on Spider-Man's song.
Simpsons. No, Spider Pig, right?
Yeah. So we open the door. What I just did, it's a little quick thing. You don't have to actually run. Willem is this guy's name. You don't have to run his dialogue, but he gives you insight. So you kind of just go talk to him real quick. You get 2 insight. You heal up to full because remember the gym that we put on earlier, and now we are ready for Rom. Gimme, you can.
That's a good point.
Go ahead.
Want to make sure that you're healed up for these bosses, and that red icon is below next to your fire paper or the item, so you know you're doing extra damage. It can be easy to run towards shadows. It takes full damage and forget to heal to get that gem.
That's really
you're not
important.
Used to it.
Yeah, definitely.
Want me to go over Rom?
You can go over Rom.
So yeah, you just want to like rotate, run around like Donnie's doing with Claw. So you keep Rom in kind of like the center of the room, I guess. And you want to be very patient. This is a fight we have to be extremely patient. You don't want to force anything. You need to bait the spider's attacks out. They'll like jump to you or spit at you or whatever. And you need to know if it's safe or not. The general rule is if there's a spider right behind the one you're going to attack and it looks like it wants a piece of you, then don't attack. I believe it's 2 R1s to kill a spider. If you hit the heads, it won't do barely any damage because their heads are hard. So you want to hit their squishy bodies.
Yeah, their heads are pretty strong. So this attack I wait for. Hold on, let me have to click back on the screen. Yeah, so the attack that they do, they'll run to the side and then jump. So you can kind of just circle strafe that. But yeah, you're basically trying to single Rom out. So we have to kill the spiders. I think there's 10. Gimme, right?
I've never counted them. Dude.
Yeah, I think there's 10. But yeah, they're 2-hit kill. If you hit their bodies, do not hit their heads, and do not rush this fight. Something you need to remember is you just beat Shadows. Do you want to go back and do the entire game and fight Papa G and do all that shit again? No, you don't. So take your time. Nothing is going to happen. You're just going to run around. Do not rush this fight. So make sure you have enough space. Don't let an attack that a spider does bait you in, because some of the spiders will be directly behind them, like how this one is right here. So don't go in for stuff that you know you possibly could get hit. They can usually input hack you or whatever. They'll wait for you to do an input and then they'll attack. They can do spitting stuff out of their mouth and their butt, so be careful with that too. But for the most part, they're not that bad. They're pretty passive, but they can quickly in your runs.
Yeah. So you don't want to do transform attacks
Thank
like
you,
1,
Susie.
2, because it's slower, and R1s work anyway, right? So
Yeah.
just forget the transform attacks on these little guys,
And
and attack where they jump up in the air. They kind of creep towards you. They jump up and do like a head slam on the ground. That one-shots you, but if you are able to dodge it, then it only takes 1 hit to kill the one that's
yeah, the little plunge attack.
the head's in the ground, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So something that I'm doing right here is something that we figured out because this is a boss room, right? So it's an arena, so there's walls around it, and what we're gonna do now is we're gonna do a strat. I'm not sure who came up with it. Gimme, do you know?
I don't do this, so I have no clue. I just risk it, dude. Every time I've done ROM, I don't care about the room.
Well, no, I'm talking about hitting her, like doing the head hits and then the transformation.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm delayed. I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah, it's okay.
I don't know. Speedrunners, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
The specific speedrunner who came up with it.
But yeah, let me just go back because basically what I'm doing when I'm running away from her is that I am checking to see if there's a wall, because if there's a wall, because she backs up, right? So I run straight to her because I see how much space I have, right? So if she backs up, I know that there's not going to be a wall behind her. I'll run straight around, I'll stop, and I'll turn around so that I know I have that whole area open. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna pop a Beast Blood pellet and we're gonna hit her head. Her head will not aggro her, she won't go to next phase or anything. But what we're doing is we're building up our beast meter. And the reason we're doing this is so we can get as much damage as possible, because you can one cycle ROM to where she won't go to her next phase. I don't know if I got it here. I can't remember. I haven't really watched the all boss run in a while.
It's better if stuff goes wrong.
That's
then
true.
We can kind of explain what to do if it does
That's
go
very
wrong.
true. So, but yeah, we hit her head. We're gonna go to our left side, her right. We're gonna R1 L1. We're gonna untransform. We're gonna R1 3 times, and then we're gonna charge R2, hit her. It takes her out of the next phase. I'm on the wrong side of her right now, so yeah, I did do it wrong, but that's good. So. And then you have this
teleport.
Yeah, you have this thought in your head to where you say, am I gonna YOLO this, where you can actually finish the fight like this? So but I played it smart. I hunter's marked out, so we have to do it again.
If she has a sliver of health left, you can throw Molotov cocktails
Yes,
to end
exactly,
it.
Exactly.
You have to be careful with magic.
There's a
She'll
lot of
lift up
stuff.
her body and do these.
Yeah, she
these
does a
meteorites,
lot.
You have to run them.
And you don't want to deal with that shit, man.
It's best just to bone out and try again.
And do it again, yeah, exactly.
Dude, what if you run out of resources for the rest of the run? So sometimes you do have to YOLO it. Like,
yeah.
you keep messing up, then
you'll have beast blood pellets, definitely, but the fire paper is what you won't really have. But you can do the strat without the fire paper. So
okay, so it's
also something that she might do when you're going for the hits after you build your meter is that she'll back up. So she'll start backing up. So you'll R1 L1 her, and then you'll hit her again and she'll back up. So that actually gives you an extra hit before she does the spinning. Maybe it'll happen here, I don't know.
So if she backs up, it's good RNG. If she backs up into the wall, it's bad because it like fucks up her teleport time, doesn't it?
And it
That's
messes
why
up
Donnie
your
made
position.
sure there was no. Yeah, he made sure there was no invisible wall.
So
because the attacks you do in the beginning, if you hit her head, it limits your damage, right? So you might not have enough damage to actually stagger her out of the teleport.
Exactly. So
correct?
Boom.
Yeah.
Now we're on the good side. 1, 2, 3. Boom. So I messed up again. Wow. I suck. So here we go. This is actually good because now I'm like, okay, you know what? We're gonna YOLO ROM. So
like fuck this. I've had enough.
I don't want to do that again because you're wasting your stuff. You're wasting your buffs. So this is an attack that she can do. If you just look at her and run to the side, like parallel with her, those things won't hit you. So they're like little crystal things. They do get pretty close, but it's pretty forgiving.
It's like
so, and I'm terrible at throwing. I'm so bad. So
it's hard to free aim.
Mm-hmm.
It is hard because you can end up hitting her head. It's like the closest thing.
That looked like a good throw, but I hit the other spider.
Do you YOLO it right at the end though? Because that's crazy if you do. Like you run to her and do one attack maybe.
Yeah.
Because you've only got 2 Molotovs left on my screen, so.
I don't remember.
Just fine
what
if you
I
don't
did.
care. This was like going to be your last run, I believe.
Mogan, hi. How are you?
If you want to risk it all.
So yeah, and this is something that you need to put your. Is it your ego? I don't know what it is. Is it your adrenaline? Whatever it is that's making you want to actually stray from how it was supposed to be. Sometimes you have to kind of think about it and say, do I really want to do this again? Do I really want to risk it?
Yeah.
I guess
patience.
My answer was no, because I hunter's marked out again.
Nice, dude. Nice. Dude, it's patience, basically. You're getting frustrated. You don't want to have to redo the fight again, but you're forgetting about having to redo the entire early game if you get hit, right? We've all done it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Is the hardest part of these runs.
So now what I'm doing is I'm doing the strat, but I'm doing it without fire paper.
Okay, so yeah, it does work. This is like the best video of ROM we could have got because
exactly
it shows all of the
Tiger, thank you so
things
much.
that can go wrong.
Cestus, welcome to the Ret Crew. Thank you so much, Tiger. I really appreciate it, dude.
G Tiger.
Let's see.
Maybe, dude.
So yeah, now see how she's not going to her next phase. Look how much damage I did on her. So let's go back. So now we don't have fire paper. So R1, L1, see how she backs up? So it kind of throws her off. So now I'm just like, okay, let me hit her again. And I was like, wait, she's not going. So I'm hitting her again. I'm like, oh, wow, maybe we can get this. And then boom, this is perfect. Good shit right there, man. I just, and on the video, if you guys go actually watch this video, I literally just said, I just broke ROM. That's funny. I'm gonna put this video in chat so you guys, if you want to go watch it, with sound, and you can see. But this is the video that we're watching.
So the important thing to know about ROM when she teleports, you have to time that. So when she starts to teleport, when you see her like go in a circle and fade away, you have to time your R2 like specifically to interrupt her, right? Because if you do it too soon, if the hit lands too soon or too late, or if it hits her head, then she won't stagger out of the the teleport, sorry.
Yeah, that's actually very true. Let me go back so I could show that actually. So right here, when you start seeing her spin, you need to charge up your R2 and hit her. You need to hit her with that R2, and if you do it too late, she will go to the next phase and you're pretty much screwed. And it's happened to all of us. And it's not gonna happen just one time. Like it does happen often.
Dude, I feel like that part is like you just have to have a feel for it. You have to use the force. It's hard to like know a specific time.
Very true.
Just get used to it with the sounds and the visuals.
It's your muscle memory and it's just your comfort with everything too. So.
Oh, and one last thing. These pellets
is shouting out.
All
the god streamers. What'd you say?
Oh, on the actual VOD, yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, the beast blood pellets and the fire paper, they last for 60 seconds, right? A minute. So just be careful of that when you're charging it up on her head.
Very true.
Not to take too long because.
So she can give you bad RNG where you well, she'll just keep backing up, and it's really annoying. So you just have to be aware of that. This guy right here, man. Oh yeah, sorry. So after the ROM fight, we get a cutscene of Queen Yarnum. During the cutscene, there, I think one Reborn is there, or I don't remember, but I think One Reborn is
Baby
there.
Cries. And
The Baby Cries, yeah.
Blood Moon.
So we are actually going to the next area, which is the One Reborn split. Now, this is probably the most difficult split to learn. For all boss, it's very difficult. For any percent, it's probably going to be the area that you're going to reset in the most, because you have to be very careful here. So we'll go through it. I'm going to skip over one part because we'll talk about that in part 2 when we do all boss. Because you don't need to do it for any percent. So I don't want you guys to freak out and say, I have to do this. So we kill this guy. Go ahead.
I would do that. You don't have to show it now because it's probably best not
Tiger.
to. But I like to be safe and get the extra elixirs for this place specifically. This place is hell on Earth, so it's better to have more elixirs, in my opinion. But Oyster does it a good way, and you seem to do it a manageable way, a good way. You know, so we'll go off your way. But if you want to, when we do the all bosses, you can come back here for the any percent and get those elixirs. Something to note.
Okay.
Tangent.
So I guess we'll just go off it this way. I mean, there's other runners. You definitely can watch all of them and see how they do it. But so basically what we do, we grab the lamp, very important, and then you run. You have to run because these guys will start their aggro. And make sure you run to the left right there, and then this guy will shoot at you. You can dodge him. And then there's another guy that shoots at you, so you just have to be careful because he can shoot you in the back in this opening. Drop off the ledge, grab the bolt paper, jump down here. Now, this is kind of where we're going to have to use our imagination because this part that I'm doing right now is only for all boss. But this you do need to grab. So what I just did, when I pop the elixir and I grab the chunk, just know that's what we did, okay? Because we're gonna have to come back to that later.
You need the chunk, basically.
Yeah. Sorry, I kind of just skipped through. I'm sorry. So this, don't worry about this. Just think of me popping that elixir and grabbing the chunk, okay? So this is basically that part right here. So you run through, roll, go down. Be careful.
So
because
with dodging the bullets.
Yeah.
The guys obviously behind you with guns. You have to go off the sound, right, of them shooting.
Yeah.
To then
definitely
quickly move to one of the just move to the side basically when you hear them shoot.
Okay, so
you go off audio cue.
So basically, you grab the chunks. And then you're gonna run past this laser. Now this laser looks scary. It does look scary, but it's not that bad. I remember Gimme on this laser just practicing on stream over and over. But basically what you wanna do is you want to make sure your stamina is full by this little bush thing here. You're gonna go to the right and then go straight to the left and just go straight down the left side and then down the middle and you're fine. It's not that bad. It's not terrible.
If you don't have an elixir, which you should, because you shouldn't not use an elixir here. It's really, otherwise they're death stairs. But if you don't have one, the ladies will hit you, right? So that's why we have to use an elixir there.
Yeah, the witches are like the fastest enemies in this game. They're so quick.
Yeah, witches split, dude. But that's another story.
Oh yeah, we'll get there. So what I did was I killed the beast because we're again upgrading our weapons still. We upgrade our weapon through this run, whereas in Dark Souls 3, you pretty much upgrade your weapon after the first, 5 splits, right? 4 or 5 splits.
Yeah. That's what I like about Bloodborne. You get the resources on the way, but in Dark Souls, you have to go to Smoldering Lake to get the large shards, the castle for all the chunks. I think that's what makes Dark Souls a bit more tedious, whereas Bloodborne's really fun to do.
Look, here, I'm gonna move myself because I'm showing the dirty boy shirt. Here.
So you stand up.
Look. Donnieception. This is the dirty boy shirt. I just showed this mid-run That's so funny.
Nice.
All those dirty boys on the bottom. I just thought that was so funny that I actually just went and showed the shirt. So
Having fun with it, dude. Like,
yeah.
you gotta
Alright.
keep your mind in check when you do these runs, right? Not
Yeah.
get too nervous.
Okay, are we? I think we're back. Anyways, okay, so this is the next part. So you want to? What we're gonna do is we're gonna go get the shortcut for later on. So these dogs are so annoying because I'm trying to lock onto the dude that's down there. So we kill him. I grab these, or I throw the cocktail, grab the cold blood, and then we're gonna run around. Now this little section can be a little tricky. You see how close that bullet is. It's kind of scary, but it's not that bad. That door has weird iframes. I've been hit opening that door before.
Oh, that dude tried to.
Susie, I know, right? What does it give me? What did you say?
The dude almost got you through the door, right?
Yeah,
So
he's so
you gotta be
scary.
Fast.
So yeah, basically this
Also the bullet,
door, it has such weird iframes. But what we're doing is we're going to open the shortcut. So we're going to go down the stairs. We're going to run directly out of this door and left. And you need to be careful of this guy because they can chase you. One or both can chase you. So we're going to go left. We're going to go up these stairs. And we're going to kill this dude because he can shoot you in the back. You need to be quick because these guys can chase you. But once you kill that guy, there's another dude in here. You just run past him, get the elevator, and you can get out of there. So your shortcut is open.
Do you want to go back to before you went through the door, the iframe door that you were talking about? Where you like only jogged down the stairs and started to sprint at a certain point? That's like very specific that people might not have like seen when they first saw it.
When
I stole your strat here because it was really good.
Before the door, right?
Yeah, you like kind of jog down the stairs and then you start sprinting.
Okay, so for this part, basically the reason I do that is so that the guy can be aggroed. Because if he's not aggroed, he'll start pulling his gun up when you're closer to him, and it's a lot scarier. But if you can get him to pull his gun up sooner, he'll shoot before you're closer to him, which he did not do here. And you kind of just have to, I mean, hey man, it's RNG at that point. But yeah, he'll usually pull his gun up when he sees you after you drop down. And yeah, and this guy right here, I get him to do an attack so that he has a recovery time so that I can run around him. So
See here, I use an elixir for those guys so they don't chase, but that requires going up to Upper Cathedral early, which, like you said, it's like a hassle in the any percent.
Yeah. And then we get that. Okay. Anything else for that part? I think that's pretty straightforward, right?
That's sorted now.
Okay.
It's this next part with the big like things in boxes, you know? It's quite simple, but I struggled with it in the beginning.
Yeah, so something to note, when we first came to this area, what I did, I guess I'll just tell you guys and then later we'll go back. I got a key, and the key is for Upper Cathedral Ward, but I used an elixir to get that key. So just kind of think I have that elixir now because I go get a replacement in Upper Cathedral. And once you see the part 2, you'll understand, I guess, what I'm talking about.
So basically, you don't have to use the elixir to get the key because on the any percent, you're not going to get.
Yeah, you're not getting the key.
You'll have that elixir for this next part.
Right. So basically, right now, what I'm doing is I'm getting more upgrade stuff. Throw a cocktail for that wolf. I grabbed this cold blood. Thick cold blood, and we're gonna go down here. You need to be careful because this wolf can actually de-aggro from the cocktail and he can actually come chase you, and hunter's marks are so slow. Look how long it takes. He can still get you all the way up until right before the cutscene, or right before the load screen.
Triggers you, doesn't it? Like Hunter's Marks are so slow compared to Homeward Bones and
Yeah.
Dark Souls.
They're so slow. Gotten hit there. Oh yeah, I've gotten hit there numerous times. It's so annoying. Your girl's okay when she found a consistent route. Exactly, yeah, but it just seems like a mess, like in the beginning. So, okay.
You know those box guys? You need to be very specific with how you run to get the chunks around them.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna go over now. So this part we're not gonna go over now, but I will show you once I open this door. And this is something we're going to go over once we do all boss. This is not part of the 80%, don't worry about this. But I do grab the 1 elixir to replace the one that I used to get the key. So, okay. So now we're back. Where are we? Okay. So now what we're going to do is go get our last bit of upgrade material using the shortcut that we opened earlier. And we're going to go get the gem that we put on our weapon. What I'm doing here to save time is I'm popping cold blood, any souls that I have. But I'm waiting for this guy because there's a guy right there that will sit there and he will shoot you if you drop down too early. So we're gonna get the chunks here, and then we're gonna go to the elevator.
So, the guy in the wheelchair before the elevator, he can shoot really quick, and it like one shots you. So you need to be careful of that. You just run up to him and nice.
We just kill him, and yeah. I get the helm there just to sell it later. So this is very important, and you need to kind of be quick because these guys can actually resurrect. So we send the elevator back up, and we sneak on this guy, and he does what Susie likes to call a little ice skate thing, where he skates over to the side. I don't know why he does that. He's just
always
weird.
Does it, doesn't he?
He always does it
in his AI turn.
And we're gonna kill the guy that shoots.
No matter what happens.
It's so weird. This is very specific. So what you do is you run, touch the wheel, get back, grab those to the right and make him spin around. And then we're just gonna run down here and we're going to get the gem. This is our last thing that we're gonna get. This guy right here, make him go to the right and go to the left and he will spin all the way around. So you're good. We grab, this set to sell. We pick up the Madman's Knowledge. You don't need all of this, but again, this is all boss, so I got it. Pop an elixir, make sure you have your cocktails ready. This is pretty specific. I kind of jog, and then I get my stamina back, and then I sprint. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw a cocktail. There's a wolf there. Grab the gem, and then go behind this little pillar, because there's a dude there, and he will shoot you. Go behind the pillar and you're safe. You're done. Now you can go fight the boss. Anything else for that part, Gimme? Do you do anything different?
So I do use an elixir now, but on my 80% run I didn't. I used to those before the gem door, they shoot at you if you don't use an elixir.
Yeah.
So I used to run to the left, so it like strafe the shots and then run to the right quickly.
Okay,
but I think it's better to use an elixir there.
Then
I kill the dude first and then throw the cocktail for the wolf.
Okay, gotcha. So yeah, like we said, there's numerous ways you can do it. The things that we do and the specific runs that you watch are because the individual running them finds it the safest way for them to do it. So if you decide to do something different, there's nothing wrong with that at all. You don't no one ever follows runs to the T from someone else. Usually it's just for blueprinting and items and stuff. So
someone might naturally manage their stamina a different way in a certain area, which means different things happen for two different runners. So whereas one runner might get hit in a certain area, another runner might not get hit because they do it in a different way, like very subtly.
Exactly.
So usually a runner does something different because something hits them and they need to change something up to make sure it doesn't hit them again.
Yeah, exactly. So what I did was I upgraded the Saw Spear to +8. I put my skill to 28 and my strength stays at 30. I believe, Gimme, we go 25 skill for the any percent and the rest in strength, right?
The strength, yeah.
Yeah, so pretty much it does around the same thing around this point. It won't really make a big difference, but just know that you're gonna prioritize strength over skill for the any percent. I am in Upper Cathedral.
There's not many like.
We don't need to see any of this. We'll cover this later.
There's not many viscerals in the late game of the any percent, so it's better to do strength for raw damage.
Exactly.
But in the bosses, you need to switch that up because there are a bunch of viscerals that need the skill. The higher skill you have, the more visceral damage you do.
Yeah, exactly. And it's very, very important later on. So we're gonna go back to the first lamp again. We're gonna sit on this little side here because you can. Well, he started walking. Okay, so I just said fuck it too. So, but he'll usually sit there. Your weapon's upgraded. You have a good gym. So you two-shot this guy. I think you like destroy this dude here. Two-shot this guy, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go on the elevator. Remember, you need to send that back up. We're gonna jump off on the side here. Now, Gimme, have you experienced elevators glitching out at all?
Glitching? Not really.
So
I've died many elevators.
So I stood on the edge of an elevator once, on that exact elevator, and I actually clipped through it and fell down to the abyss.
What?
Yeah, it was bullshit. There's a clip I'll have to show you. So we drop off the ledge. There's 2 dogs. So we're going to throw a cocktail here to get them to aggro. And we're going to cut to the right in this room with this little teleporty fountain thing. And we're going to go fight one reborn. That's where we're going.
There's a thing you drop down to, right? And you can just run. If you're fast enough, those enemies won't miss you. You're too quick. You just drop down where the ladder is.
Yeah, so the ladder right here, you don't need to go down it, you just fall down. Now it's really weird because you cannot cancel your roll here. I have done it once, and I think Squilla did it once. Gimme, I don't know if you've ever gotten the roll cancel.
Use back steps.
Huh?
Back steps. He just presses the circle to backstep.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Definitely saw him do it once at least.
Okay, so this fight, it's the easier. It's the split is harder than the fight. Let's just say that. But this fight can go wrong if you don't do it correctly. I've learned something very important that I can go over in a little bit, but basically when you run into the fight, you can go right or left. We're gonna use left because that's what we're doing here. There's 6 bell ladies, and they buff Reborn and they shoot fireballs. What you're gonna do is you're gonna skip the first one. You're gonna hit the second one. Okay, make sure you have your stamina. You're gonna hit this one. You're gonna go around and you're gonna hit all of those. Give me anything else.
Oh, you gotta be careful because if you miss a hit by accident, like sometimes it can be weird if you're not locking on. They can knife you.
Oh yeah, they're quick, man.
So just be careful.
So after you hit this last one, Reborn will actually rise up and he'll try and hit you, but all you do is just run past him. I don't know what he does. I don't really care. He's never hit me there.
So in this track, does he ever shoot at you?
He does, and you saw it right there. But what I do is I wait behind certain pillars. So this pillar right here. Okay. And the reason I wait is because he'll shoot at you, but also of his positioning. If he's too far from you, when you go down to actually kill him, he'll be too far and he'll actually attack you. And that was something that I found out in doing all boss. So we let him do that. We buff our weapon with bolt paper that we got earlier and beast blood pellet. Go for that little center thing, R1, L1, he'll fall, and then you just go around the world pretty much and just hit his limbs. R1, L1, it's such a relief. Oh, it feels so good.
Yeah. Okay, so before you go in though, he has to scream, right, and does like a red explosion. Does he do that on your strat?
He does. Yeah. And that's when you're buffing when you're going down the stairs. Yeah. So he'll do.
And if you're too slow, then
Yeah.
after he does the scream, he can still just
Hey,
hit
look,
you. So you
get
need to
me
be
here,
quick
there.
with killing those bell ladies.
You're in chat.
Hey! With that awesome accent.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So there you go. Reborn's dead. Split. We have 2 more bosses to go. So.
Okay, so just a side note with Run Reborn, I remember like saying, "Oh, I kept dying on him," and you and Jax were like, "Psh, he's easy." And I was like, "Please,
Yeah.
don't bully me."
You can get memed on him, and I've noticed that later on.
Yeah, man, he's.
The thing is, the more exposure you have to practicing these bosses, the more memes you'll encounter, and you'll have to know how to figure them out. But something about this game is that if something goes wrong, it's very hard to counter and not mess up, because like I think Dark Souls 3, it's easier to do. Like for instance, if Pontiff acts crazy after you parry him, you could just get away from him and parry him again. But if you miss a stagger in this, then they can do something insanely crazy. So yeah,
Fucked because we don't learn the rest of their moveset, I guess, because we don't have to. Those strats are really consistent.
Yeah,
it just means if you do fuck up, you're not going to know what to do. You have to.
That's a good point.
That usually gets you right.
That's a very good point. I think that doing these strats and these executions takes away from having to learn the boss's entire moveset. Yeah. So that's actually a really good point. Yeah, because Dark Souls, you have to, and this you don't really. So.
Dark Souls, you have to learn the boss's movesets inside out. The running sections, you can't just run past enemies. This is Bloodborne.
This is Bloodborne. This is the easy stuff. This is the easiest of the no-hit runs to do. So, but yeah. Anyway, so we're
you threw a cocktail for that.
Yeah, we ran through the lecture hall. We only go there once because we don't need to go there again. For the all boss, we go there twice. I'm gonna go back, Gimme, and just talk about what we're doing. Yeah, because
the sedatives, right? You need to grab those.
Yeah. So, so in the lecture hall. Well, no, because this is. Well, yeah, we do need it actually for the 80%.
The frenzy brain.
Yeah. So once we teleport over. You don't need this lamp. You get it because you come back here later for all boss. But what you do is you open the door, you run straight across, and you grab sedatives. I've never been hit in here. You grab it and leave. There's a dude that falls down on you, but he's fine. He doesn't really do anything. He's just like, hey, what's up? Oh, you know, I don't know.
You're his only friend.
Nah, and then these guys are slow. I've never been hit by them. You just kind of run past them.
As long as you manage your stamina.
Exactly. Stamina is very, very important. Yeah, Susie. Gehrman is like a Dark Souls 3 boss for sure.
He's easy. Kappa.
Sorry,
it took me a while.
Oh boy, that gun. We'll talk about that at another time.
Yeah, dude, that is the
Gehrman.
And landing the backstab was hard for me, but yeah, we're getting.
Oh yeah, sidetrack. Okay, so anyway, so we go into the Nightmare of Mensis. This is the home of Mikolash, which is our second to last boss. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw a cocktail for this beast. You can backstab him, but why do it? Just be safe. Do it.
I used to backstab him, and then it fucked up, and K-Dub said, we just throw a cocktail. And
that's
I was like,
it.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's the best thing to do.
We're gonna kill that beast. We're getting our last bit of upgrades. I think we still fight Miko at +8. This is something that K-Dub taught me actually on this part right here. Just a side note, there, if you see we're getting hit by this little thing, there's like a brain thing. This is unavoidable frenzy. There's a meter. And if the meter fills up all the way, it will drain your health, like 90% of your health. So because this is a no hit run, not a no damage run, getting hit by that frenzy doesn't count because it's unavoidable, first of all, and second because it's damage. It's not a hit technically. So I don't really know how to explain it, but it's part of the run.
It's the rules we follow, right?
Yeah, so
You might think, oh, that's bullshit, that's a hit, but
so this is something
runs
that
all our
you
personal achievements. So follow the rules that you want to follow. That's the main
yeah,
thing.
so
But we accept that this is really hard to avoid. If not, it's unavoidable.
nearly
So we don't
impossible
count it
and
as a hit.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyways, so basically we grab this. There is a lamp here, and we're gonna pop in an elixir, and this is something that K-Dub taught me because this beast right here always used to hit me. So we're gonna run past the first one and just mind your stamina. Run past the second one, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw a cocktail right at this little mound of skulls, which will drag this one here, and there's one behind you, and he can jump at you and do an attack. So yeah, you need to be careful. So
That
yeah,
deals with those
and then
guys.
you run straight through. These guys aren't really that big of a deal. They can sometimes randomly jump at you and attack you, but it's very rare. Once you open the door, they'll just be throwing rocks at you, but they won't hit you because of your iframes. So it's not really
Like turn
anything.
turn the camera around and look at them just in case. you know?
Yeah, exactly. This is a room full of spooters. We're gonna go in the room, make a right, and go on the little bridge to avoid them. And then I hope I did the strat that Faraz was talking about here, because I used to dodge this guy. But if you just run and cut left, you'll always avoid any attack that he does. So you run, cut left, and it avoids him, and it's the easiest thing.
What I do is I run until I hit the two, like pillar thing in the middle, just before the dude. I run there, I start jogging, and I roll at the right time. That's what I do. But
Okay. Yeah, see, I used to dodge him as well, but
yeah.
I don't know. So yeah, we basically just... Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Give me those little
I have
pole
to steal
things.
that now. Then run to the left. If
Yeah,
it's
just go
consistent,
straight to the left. You kind of have to be careful because this little dude can block you in the doorway, but he's not really.
Yeah.
They're pretty passive. I have been hit in this area because they've been blocking me, and if you kind of hang around with them too long, they don't really like it, and they'll just hit you. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna pop an elixir, grab these elixirs. You get 2 more, because there's these little thick mama, daddy, whatever you want to call them, and you can do pretty much one of 2 things. You can run. The one next to the elevator, you can run around to the right, or I'm pretty sure, yeah, you can just run around the elevator, go in the back of the elevator, and then roll, because there's a guy with a little crossbow and he can shoot you, and it's very, very annoying. So
you're sprinting right to get around the back, and then is the crossbow aggroed or not? Because
that's the thing. Since you have the elixir, he kind of is and kind of isn't. So
what I do is I slow down before I get close to the elevator and still go around the same route, but I jog instead of sprint.
Okay,
So
yeah.
that might not aggro him, but it's best to roll just in case, right? Because
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
So let me just go back because this is pretty important. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get a gem for a weapon. This is why I said your items that you have in your inventory are very key, because I have a specific number of items. I know that I have 1 cocktail, and the 1 cocktail is for this part. So what you need to do is just run straight off. You don't need to jump, you don't need to roll, just run, and you'll land in this cage. You'll drop on the little dog crow thing, kill him, pick the gem up.
Yeah.
Throw the cocktail for the remainder ones, and then go grab the shortcut. And yep.
Okay, so
Anything else for
that thing you ran onto, if you roll or you run and jump, it can just fuck up and you can die, right?
Yeah,
Like,
you can drop under it and land in the crow dogs or fall off the map. I've seen it. Yeah.
You got to very specifically just run off the side, and there's something even worse later on. The elevator, right, Donnie, where you have to do something specific. No, the death elevator later on.
Oh yeah. Well, we will go over that because that thing is is a meme. Something that someone in chat, I can't remember who actually who told me, but the frenzy kills these enemies and they give you 1700 echoes, and for Molotovs they cost 1600, so it's kind of like a free
Molly.
free molly. They don't usually always die, but like if you see the health go down, you might as well just wait.
I
So
thought
yeah.
you meant 17k, and I was like,
Oh
gonna
no
lose
no
my
no,
shit.
1700. Sorry. What
Be way too
determines if you use transformation attacks or R1 L1 combo? Comic. So if you do R1 L1, that is a transformation attack.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like you have
The
to.
general thing
Huh.
is R1, L1, L1 to transform and then transform back. That builds up your beast meter.
Faster. Yeah. Right.
The reason you use R1 only is to if an enemy staggers from one R1 and you don't want them getting an attack off in the time it takes you to transform, you can just spam them down. I guess if your beast meter is full already, you don't need to transform to build it up anymore.
Yeah.
So you can maximize your damage output by just using R1s.
Right. You get more hits in, exactly.
Yeah.
Um.
Generally, the transform is one of the key mechanics of this game. It's amazing, and we want to use it most of the time, right?
Exactly. The items in our inventory we don't usually have, so we're not really going to worry about that. All you need to know is do the routing, go put the gem on your weapon, and upgrade your strength. Like sell extra items that you have, pop souls, upgrade your strength. That's really all you need to know. For this strat, there's a few different things you can do. I'm pretty sure I go with the old school Skola strat, but we are gonna go fight Mikolash, and Mikolash is Gimmy's bane of existence. He is like one of the most annoying bosses. He was your any percent like roadblock,
yeah, in the beginning,
right?
he was a roadblock for me, right? But I got used to him now. But yeah, in the beginning,
yeah. Well, yeah, this is we're going back to our any percent days.
yeah, true.
So
yeah, you used to fuck me.
Oh yeah, so for this fight we have bolt paper, beast blood pellets, and I use a combination of Molotovs and throwing knives, and you'll see why. Because Miko is the cheese. I don't know what I'm doing.
There's 3 different ways I can think of doing him. You can either just drop off the ledge, block his way, do a charged R2, and then like carry on attacking him. For the second thing, you can poison knife cheese him, or you can cheese him a little bit and then drop off the edge anyway.
I don't know the poison knife cheese. I think that's a little new school. So I haven't really actually seen that one. Yeah, he'd probably be the one to explain that. So, yeah. The quality content of the stream. Thank you, Susie. So let's go back. So yeah, we got skellies. The route for this it's fairly simple. And just know that you can kill the skeleton, or you can shoot the skeleton and they'll fall. So we just run straight up to the right, grab the bullets, and sometimes they'll do this weird little fall where they won't die, so just pay attention to that. But anyways, we're gonna run straight up. They'll fake fall, yeah. And Miko's actually not giving me a good example of what to do. But he will run through the middle here and he'll stay there. There's another skeleton and we'll kill him. Now, something that we do is we bring him to this little hallway. And the reason we bring him to this hallway is because there's 2 puppet skeletons in the room that he's in. So if you run in the room a little bit and then run out, he will come to the hallway. You buff up, and this is where you're gonna do your attacks. He will do a like arm thing that you'll see like that. You can just side strafe it. And so I pretty much R1 L1, R1 L1, and then I do a charge R2 to get his health below as much as I can, below half health, because then now we're going to the second phase. Give me anything else for, I'll go back.
So,
anything else
for
for this part?
skeletons, you want to do R1 attacks only, not transforms, because they can hit you when you're trying to transform, right? Or they can dodge your transform attack and then hit you afterwards.
Yes, very important.
Quick R1. When they do that fake out, you want to wait for it to come back up, reanimate, and then finish it off. Don't just like forget about it. With Mikolash, strafe, don't go backwards, because his hitbox with his arm is really weird at the tip, right?
Oh
So
yeah,
definitely
he has a
strength.
weird hitbox for sure.
And then don't go inside the room that he goes in originally. You know, you draw him out into the hallway. Do not go inside the actual room because there's 2 skeletons in there.
Mm-hmm.
So if he goes into that room, you just have to be patient and make sure to draw him out to the corridor.
There we go. And then we execute and kill him. Just know if he's close, just watch his health. If he's close to half, wait for him to do the little tentacle thing, and then get a charge R2 and destroy his life, because you want it as low as possible. But anyway, so now we're gonna go to the next phase. Oh yeah, because you're behind Gimme. Hold on.
Yeah, the way he dies, like at the end though, it's like we did destroy his life.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Waking up.
Gimme, I want to oh, it says you're in the room though.
No, but it's paused at like 3 minutes, dude. 3 minutes. It just, and it says synchronized. So I
it does.
Oh, there, you
because
know,
I want you to be like, you know, it'd be nice if we were on like the same thing. I guess it's just how this is, but oh well, that's fine.
Refresh and see.
You want me to try to do it again?
Imagine if all it took was yeah.
Here,
imagine if all it took was a refresh. Ugh, this entire time. I mean, it's okay because then it just promotes going backwards and like explaining a bit more in depth. So it's not the worst thing.
Hold on, I'm gonna try it one more time.
Yeah, it would be nice to be synced though.
Where is it at? Oh wait, hold on. Oh, we gotta do this. What is my name? Troubled Chinchilla? What?
Second.
That's so weird. Now it's not letting me do anything, Gimme. For fuck's sakes. Alright, whatever. We'll just go to YouTube then. Alright, whatever. It's not gonna work.
Have returned. It's fine, dude. It's fine. I know it's like, well,
Okay.
you're ready to explain something at a certain moment, but I'm behind, so I interrupt you, and then blah blah. But
Yeah.
you know, I feel like we're doing a pretty good job of
Okay.
explaining stuff.
Okay. So yeah, basically after the first phase, we're gonna go to the left and we're gonna get the little beast thing. You should have beast meter and bolt paper to take this thing down pretty quickly. If you don't get him before he goes to the bottom, there's a little knight dude that's down there, and you don't want to aggro him. Just know that. We're gonna grab the blood vials and lower this guy down. We're gonna wait for him to do a specific attack, that slow attack that he did, and he has a very slow recovery. What's up, Gimme?
A whip, right?
Yeah, he has a whip, exactly. Let me whip. Sorry. And then
Not to be lewd, I'm being lewd.
so what I do is I dodge that, and then I go to the little pillar here and I roll, because he'll shoot an arrow. He can't shoot through it. I do it just in case.
Yeah, I do too.
And then you're gonna go up. So Miko can do one of two things. He can make the fight fast or a slow fight. If you can see him right here, he's standing there. He can go left, which is something that you really want him to do. But if he goes straight up, that's usually what he's supposed to do. You just have to kill the little puppet and go in the room, come back out. He'll go in this mirror, and then you'll go in the room where you wanted him to go. Because now what we're gonna do is we're gonna cheese Miko in a sense, because basically his AI is looping, because you're supposed to drop down there, but since you're not dropping down, he keeps looping over because he wants you to go down there, because the room that he's facing, there's a second arena where he will run. Like if you drop down, he will run there, and the door will close, like a big thing will close in front of you, and then you have to run back up and you have to drop in the ceiling. It sounds like a lot, but you don't have to deal with that, so don't worry about it. So you basically want to just shoot him, throw knives, whatever you want to do to get his health low. And then yeah, so give me anything else.
So the old strat would be you would later on he's gonna plunge onto Mikolash, right? The old strat would be you would do that from the beginning, block his way from getting to that arena Donnie was just talking about. You get free damage by doing a charged R2 because he doesn't react. He carries on trying to run, and then you just do like transform attacks and fight him the best you can. But this strat is way safer. You damage his health as much as possible, so that when you plunge, he pretty much dies from the plunge.
So this strat it's safer, but it's slower. But again, we're not going against time. We're going against, do you want to risk getting hit and starting over again, right? So that's why we get throwing knives and stuff. So yeah, we do a good amount of damage. I mean, you see his health going down. But yeah. Anything else, Gimme? The Gimme die? I think Gimme died.
Sorry, my brother likes to... He knows I'm being busy and he still tries to interrupt.
Is he younger than you?
No, we're the same age. We're non-identical twins, actually.
But you're the exact same age?
Yeah.
Are you a twin, Gimme?
Non-identical, so we're as common as normal brothers. It's just the same day as the birthday.
Is he thick?
Yeah, what was I saying though?
Oh yeah, I'm getting sidetracked.
It's gotten thicker over the years, but he used to be really skinny and then have a fast metabolism. But that died and now he's bigger. Anyway, what was I?
Yeah, anything else with Miko? So basically, I do this because you have the resources for bullets. You don't need them for the rest of the run, so you can spam him all you want, get his health as low as possible, because if you miss the drop attack and he actually goes in that room, you can plunge on him in the other room and kill him. So you want his health to be as low as possible. That's pretty much it.
Okay, so what you were saying about this takes time, right?
Yes.
This is the last set phase of the second to last boss. So doing this is worth it if you've hit the rest of the run.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
Although I don't shoot him. I just use 10 Molotovs and 20 throwing knives, and then plunge, and do it the old way. But shooting him does damage him even more, and it ensures that you have an easier time if you do miss the plunge or if it doesn't kill him straight away.
Yeah, exactly.
Personally, I feel like shooting him takes too long. It does like 7 damage a bullet, right?
Something like that.
Like you said, you're obviously more patient with this boss fight than me. You're willing to take the time to ensure.
Yeah, and I think also if you're doing this like on stream or something, you can kind of talk with chat. You can kind of just kind of take a breather and just know that you only have one more boss left. You just went through this whole run. Anyone that wants to say anything, that type of thing as well. So,
because I did the any percent. I did it silent, and then I got my all bosses on stream.
Yeah, I know.
That's a good point you make, where you would talk to chat, catch up with what they're saying.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of just chilling. So yeah. Anyways, I will kind of go through this, but you guys get the point. We shoot him, and I get his health pretty low. I get it as low as I think I need to, so I can plunge him. Before you
do this, just explain the plunge. Why don't you talk about the blood bullets? They're not a hit because they're self-inflicted.
I see. That's the small details. So if you can see, let me go back a little bit. So if you can see my character, I kind of stab my leg, right there, how I stab my leg, and you see the +5 that ends up under my bullets. So those are blood bullets. Those are like bullets that are made from your blood. It doesn't count as a hit, obviously, because it's not from an enemy. It's part of the mechanics of the game. Let me go back a little bit. So yeah, it's self-inflicted. I don't know how to put it. Self-inflicted bullets that you're using. But yeah, stabbing yourself is not going to count as a hit because it's part of the mechanics of one of your weapons that you're using. I guess you could say that.
Right, like it'd be stupid to limit yourself from using all the mechanics of the game just because it takes off health.
Exactly. Yeah.
You're doing it intentionally to serve a purpose.
Yeah, exactly. It's like fall damage in a way. It's part of the run.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
So
Like getting RTSR in Dark Souls.
yeah, you're
you
purposefully
fall off,
lowering
take
your
damage.
health for a reason. So
Exactly, yeah.
so I get his health low, and now we're gonna do the plunge attack. So we're gonna untransform our weapon so it's in the most, so we have the most range. And
Yeah.
this takes a little time in practice. All I can say is that you roll, you wait, because there is a little thing hanging over that you need to clear, because if you don't, your weapon will go through it and you'll miss him. So you wait, and then you plunge him and he dies, and then you don't move. Do not move, because you see how that skeleton got up? If you move, you'll aggro them, and you don't want to do that. So just don't move. Let the cutscene play, then all the skeletons will be dead. Cutscene will play, and that's it, and you're done. And I
So
go,
if you don't,
why do I
don't
grab
shoot
those
him,
bullets?
like
I
Donnie
don't
did.
need them. What'd you say?
if you don't shoot Mikolash like Donnie did a billion times, like once you plunge, you can roll in front of the doorway, and Mikolash will just run into you constantly, which will allow you to get the last bit of damage off.
Yeah,
if you
exactly.
do Donnie's way and it still doesn't kill him and he runs into the room, he'll have such little health left that you can go into the big room and plunge him there anyway.
Yeah, so it's I'm setting myself up for a backup strat just in case I mess up. That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
So I know that if I miss the, well, since I do it this way, I know that I'll kill him because I bring his health so low. But if he has a little bit left over, you can plunge him and you're good. So yeah, anything
Go back
else
to the plunge, Donnie,
for Miko?
because
Okay.
that part is very specific. You have to like line yourself up.
Yeah, see,
Look.
yeah, I do it. I can't explain. I guess I can. It sounds really weird and very specific, and I don't want to be so detailed.
It's fine,
but
dude, it's fine.
there's, I have it paused right now, gimme, but there's a paper on the ground that you see my right foot's on, and I kind of use that as a reference. So I put my foot there, and then you need to roll before you go off the ledge. I don't know if that really makes sense, but you need to push circle up, like circle up, not up and then circle, or you'll fuck up and it's bad. So
what I
yeah.
do is, you know where you are now, I use the thing to the left. You know that bit of wood that's poking out, that's broken off?
yes,
Not at the top. Like, it's like you said, it's very specific, isn't it?
yeah, it's very specific. I think we all do
I
this
basically
a
stand where
certain
you're
way.
standing. I look. Yeah, I look up at the pillar, the left pillar to the door. You roll, and then if you press R1 too soon, like you said, it doesn't plunge at all.
Yeah,
If you press it too
exactly.
late, it doesn't plunge at all. So
Exactly.
you need to do it. You need to learn the timing to press R1 once rolling off.
Yes. So what I do is I
That'll
line
just
my
come
foot
with
up
time.
with that paper, and then there's a dark tile. If you can see, it's kind of like a little pyramid almost thing. There's two like light ones and
Yeah.
then a dark one. That's the one I look at,
see,
which
I
is
see.
pretty much where you're lined up. And then yeah,
It's crazy how specific
roll
it is.
and
to
boom and
different
plunge
people.
him. Earl, thanks for the follow,
All
dude.
you
I
need to
appreciate
know-
it, dude. Yeah.
What you
So.
need to know is that plunge is difficult. You're probably gonna miss it first try.
Oh yeah.
It takes a while to get consistent. You know, you just have to practice it.
Miko is definitely save file worthy. You need to practice him.
Yeah.
Are we good with Miko? I think we're pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, dancers music is coming on. This is nice. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do our last running section. Now what I'm gonna do is I'll show you the running section because it's part of any percent, but the boss technically that we're on is not part of it, so I'll skip over that, and we'll come back with the all boss. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna light this lamp. We're gonna come back here later. This is the last running section. Excuse me. It's kind of difficult to run through, but it's not that bad, to be honest. There are certain parts that are bad though, and we'll get to those. But so there's 3 shadows down there. My stamina is very specific here because I run past them, I let it come back, and then I run to deplete it all the way around because he does fireballs. And then I run straight over to this little corner here to pick up some weapon upgrade stuff. So we get 2 of those, and then we wait here to see what he does, and then we go. Anything else? Anything for that part for you, Gimme?
No, not really.
It's pretty straightforward.
The caster one, I kind of turn my camera around and see if he fires fireballs, but otherwise.
Yeah, I do the same thing, but also it's a you can hear it too. So yeah. I think that's probably what I was doing, but I can't really say.
I'm a bit behind, so I didn't actually see what you did at the time.
I know. We'll get the sync thing working better
next time.
Yeah. So yeah, we wait for him, see what he's gonna do. We run past him, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna pop elixirs. I'm gonna pause it for a second. So at this point in the any percent, you should have 2 elixirs. You're gonna use 1 here and then 1 on the next section. But you see I have 4 because, again, this is the all boss run, and we pick up an item, a key badge item that allows us to buy elixirs. So but yeah, just know that on the any percent you should have 2. So we're gonna pop it behind this pig. This will delay their aggro so that we can pick up this gem. It's very important that you get that gem. You need that gem, and then you can pick these up if you want. These are just upgrade items.
I think those other things are King Coldblood, which is worth 10k each.
Yeah, so
that's 20k.
So it's 20,000 that, yeah, like you definitely can pick them up. The thing I say you can pick them up, or you can pick up 1, is because it's kind of scary to run and get those, because you'll hear the pigs kind of screaming and it could be a little much. And then after
those
that
pigs start running.
Yeah, and they start running, they'll destroy you. So so yeah, we run past all of that. We get the shortcut. Now we're at the elevator. Gimme the meme elevator. So this elevator is weird. As you can see, it looks like I drop off late, but there's a little thing that like hooks down, that if you think that the opening, like I can probably freeze it when you would think the person that would be watching this, or me, would think it'd be safe to jump in right now. You would think that this part right here, Gimme, I'll let you catch up so you can see.
Yeah, I think you're about to pause it in like 3 seconds. Let's have a look. Yeah, you paused it now.
So you would think right here is when you need to jump off, and that's why Miyazaki is like, haha, no, bitch, you need to wait, because there is a little thing that hooks down, and if you jump off right here, there's no way to save you. You will fall to the abyss and you will die, and that is rip run. I have died to this elevator numerous times.
Everyone who's done this run,
everyone that's done this run, yeah, has died to this elevator.
Died at least once.
So it's just a timing thing that you need to learn. Speedrunners, everyone has died. So all right, so
what I do is I wait for it to like line up with the archway, and I roll off. But
see, I started just running or walking off because of Squilla. All right, this next part is very specific. So before you get to the opening, and what we're doing now is we're going to get our last gem for our weapon to make it stronger, and we're going to get a blood rock, which is your Titanite. What is it called? Gimme. Titanite
blood rock.
What is it called in DS3 though?
Plus 10. Titanite slab.
Titanite slab, yeah. It's our equivalent of a Titanite slab. So, but there are enemies in here. Again, they do frenzy. As long as the meter doesn't build up, it's not counted as a hit. And so we have sedatives, which nullify or get rid of or cure the frenzy. And we have a blue elixir, which kind of delays their response time to come to you. This section is a little difficult to run through. I think this is one of the harder things to deal with.
It's grabbing the gem in between those 2 ladies.
Yeah, that's the hard part. But once you get it, once you practice it enough, it becomes pretty simple. That's why I jump off on the way up. Yeah, and you can jump off on the way up for the elevator. I've never done that. I didn't want to really learn it. I just kind of go for it, you know. Okay, ready?
What makes it consistent for you? Yeah.
Yeah, whatever works for you, then you do that. As long as you don't reset, that's all that matters. So we pop the elixir, and then we get our sedatives ready. We're gonna run past the first lantern here. Boom. And she can frenzy you sometimes, but usually she doesn't. Look around the corner to see where these two are. If they're in this position, it's good. You're gonna go, boom, grab this gem, just run around her and pop your sedative right at this doorway, and then run. It's a little fast, so I'll go back. So grab the gem, run around. Give me. I'm gonna go back. Go ahead.
If that first, you know, there's 3, right? If there's second
3,
one is in your way in front of the gem, what do you do then? Because I've always had it where she's
always on the right. So if she's in front of you, what you do is you hook around and you go to the right and kind of come out from that side. So I can try and pause it and see if, okay, so we can kind of see the layout here. I'll wait for yours to catch up. Give me.
I've also seen people, I don't know, I think I saw Hob do it, I'm not sure. He doesn't use an elixir for the first one, he just stealthily runs past it. And then he waits, if the lady is in front of the gem, he waits for her to go to the right and then takes the elixir. So that could be a solution, but...
So yeah, there's an opening that you can go through, so... But yeah, this is like an 8 out of 10 that it's always going to be the same, so... But you can also make a save file and practice it as well. If you guys remember when we first came to this area, the Nightmare of Mensis, there was Frenzy that was shooting us when we were making our run up. Well, there's a brain down there that's doing that. And this is a cutscene. You pull the lever and the brain drops. So now we can drop through this hole here. There is another Winter Lantern, so you need to be careful, but just go out this door. This is where the brain was. If you do not drop that brain, you will get frenzied, and it's not a good time. Anything else give me for that part?
This whole section, technically you could get +9 and then go straight to Wet Nurse. You don't have to do it on the any percent if you feel like it's not worth the risk. I personally, even for the any percent, would like to do this. Makes the Wet Nurse fight quicker.
Yeah. You can do it
and
+9.
It also sets you up for all bosses.
Oh yeah, I've done it +8 before, so on accident, but it's also how you execute the fight. So, yeah, I think that's it.
Grab all that stuff, drop down.
Yeah, so there's a big hole here that you need to be careful you don't fall into. So just look, you can see it, drop down, and then there's your blood rock. There's your +10 weapon. Make sure you will have 1 hunter's mark and mark out. And now we pop everything that we got, sell things that we don't need, upgrade our weapon. We get a cage from Miko that we sell, we upgrade. I'm just gonna skip through this stuff because it's not really.
If you're on any percent only, then spend all your insight for boost meter.
Yeah.
Pop all your insight, spend it all. Just get rid of every resource that you don't need.
Because this is it. This is the last boss. So you don't need your gun. Yeah. You don't need any of that. Obviously, you want to keep your gun just in case. So I'm going to skip through this because we don't need it. The reason I fight Parl before Wet Nurse is because Parl gives you... It's an optional boss that we'll go over later in the all boss, but she gives you a tool, a badge that allows you to get bolt paper, which is good for Wet Nurse. It gives you more damage for your weapon. So you can see my hand up there. So yep. So that's pretty much it for that part. Load screens take forever in this goddamn game, but it's okay.
Well, I got an SSD, but even then,
you got an SSD. That's smart, man.
Yeah, man.
Do you have it for the regular PS4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pros cost so much, dude.
I know. I was thinking that I would sell my Pro and use the money that I sold towards getting the pro, because it would kind of be like, you know,
sell your original. Your
yeah,
Slim.
huh?
Yeah, like
yeah,
But then
exactly.
in a couple years,
Then they're gonna
it's
come
gonna
out
be
with something
PS5,
else.
you
Yep. Okay, so I believe I was the only one to ever fight Wet Nurse the way I do. Again, we did these. Gimme and I both did these runs, the any percent, way back when, before anyone else was doing runs, and it was really just Zeus, Kwitty, Squilla, and Faraz that were doing these runs at the time. As well as Jax was also doing the run with us too.
Jax got it before us, didn't
he? Yeah, he did. So what they would do, and this is before I really knew a whole lot of how to claw grip, I fight Wet Nurse straight up. I take advantage of attacks that she does. She doesn't have any projectiles. You can take your time. You can bait out attacks. And I always make sure I'm buffed with my weapon, but I just look for certain attacks that she does. I lock on. I'm patient.
Yeah.
You have to know that this is your very last fight. You do not need to rush this fight. And just look at what she's doing, dodge, go in on attacks. I go on the attack right here. All you have to do is turn around or just strafe it. I'm gonna go back, Gimme, because we're gonna talk about nightmare mode. But do you have anything for Wet Nurse before we talk about the nightmare stuff? So
what I used to do when I got my any percent is kill her so fast that she hasn't got a chance to do nightmare, and if she did nightmare, I would bone out and then try again. But that's before I knew about nightmare skip.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, you lock on. You want to avoid the lawnmower attack at all costs. Do not even try to punish that. It's just not worth it.
Which is
that's the one you definitely have to avoid.
Yeah, this attack that she just did is the one I love going in, and this is the lawnmower one. You just don't deal with it. Don't. Just get away. But yeah, I basically bait out the one where she crosses her arms and she swings in front of you, or she'll leap at you and you can kind of just circle around her. But yeah, make sure you're buffed with whatever you have at this point. I think usually I have about three beast bud pellets and like maybe 3 or 4 bolt papers. So okay, let's talk about nightmare mode. Gimme.
So what I do is when she starts to lift her hands in the air, like she's presenting something, yeah, like that, her wings flap and then she lifts her hands in the air. As soon as you see purple, you dodge. Like I dodge to the right as many times as I can, just to ensure I skip it. I also, when her wings flap, I stand still. I back up a bit so I can actually see what she's doing. I stand still. As soon as I see purple, I just fucking spam the dodge button. That's how I do it personally. It serves me well. But...
And it also is a feeling that you get of how to dodge it as well. So what nightmare mode is, it's basically she has 2 different ones. If her health is pretty full, like I'd say above 80%, once she does this thing that she's doing right now that you can kind of see her do, if she successfully gets it off, the entire arena turns dark and she starts doing crazy attacks where she'll reach out in front of her and she'll do her same attacks that she does. It's really easy to dodge because it's just her in the first part. But once her health gets below around 75% and lower, if she successfully gets this nightmare mode off, there will be clones. Do you know how many there actually are?
I think it's just two, but they teleport.
Yes, that's right. They teleport. So they'll teleport and they'll do the crazy shit all around you. I thought there was like 4 or 5, so I don't know, but they're really scary. You do not want to deal with this mode. So Aldred, another runner that was like, kind of learning strats and stuff, came out with something that saved our life pretty much with these runs. It's called Nightmare Cancel, and basically when she presents the nightmare mode, you see what she's doing. There's this purple orb If you're locked onto her, you can dodge to the right or left. I think generally we dodge to the right 2 times. So if you time it right, it's very specific timing, but if you dodge 2 times, it will cancel her nightmare mode. I don't know why it does that, but it is a thing that we expose to save the run. Yeah.
It seems like the nightmare phase, because it has like really thin magic, it seems, that actually projectiles. We seem to dodge that. It's really weird. But then if that kind of goes through you, it doesn't damage you, but if it passes through you, it seems to trigger the nightmare phase.
Exactly.
I'm not sure if that is
it's really weird
how it works, but
yeah, I don't know,
yeah,
but basically this is it right here.
It's weird how it can be skipped, basically. Like,
and see how you completely just avoid it. And it's basically the same thing over again. So you really need, and also she'll look like she's doing a nightmare mode, kind of, but all she'll do is just disappear and show up somewhere else. It doesn't look nearly like if you see her do nightmare mode, you'll know exactly what it is. And she has weird hitboxes too.
Yeah.
So yeah, just expose the attacks that you're comfortable with going in on. I would recommend picking 1, maybe 2. This little golf swing spinning thing that she does, a lot of people will just go around her. I don't personally mess with that attack because I've been hit by it before.
Yeah. So something very, very like crucial to note about that attack is I used to dodge it, and then I took some time away from Bloodborne, and I tried to dodge it again. I was thinking, why do I keep getting hit by it? Right? You have to be like kissing her when she starts that attack.
Yeah.
You have to move into her really closely and dodge to the left. And it is consistently dodgeable, but like you said, it is scary as fuck as well.
Yeah, she can send you to space really quickly, and there's nothing you can do about it. You will die instantly. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's your skill level, it's your comfort level, it's your patience of what you want to deal with, what the other runners do, what Frost, Squilla, Zeus, K-Dub, they do not really lock onto her, and they just claw grip around her, and they expose certain attacks, and they R1 L1 to build the meter and kill her faster. You can do that as well. So it's play it safe, or if you've practiced it enough, you can get comfortable to fight her, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So
yeah,
I guess
Nurse is probably the one fight where it's literally you have to go in and learn her attacks,
learn what she's doing.
We can't explain every single different thing because it's something you have to get used to.
Yeah.
Like Amelia, we can tell you specifically, right arm, right leg, left leg, blah blah blah. But Nurse is like a 1v1 slugfest.
Nurse is
dodging like
pretty much a DS3 boss, and she actually tried to go to Nightmare again, but nope. Yeah.
90%, she's probably the one DS3 type boss.
Yeah.
The crucial thing is just to dodge.
Yeah.
Dodge Nightmare phase and don't go in on the lawnmower attack. Otherwise, just make a save file and learn her.
Exactly. Yep. So that's the 80%. It takes about an hour and a half. Gimme, you would say, or how long does yours usually take?
I don't know anymore. I can't remember, but
well, my first 80% took about 2.5 hours, to be honest. But I can get it down to under an hour and a half, like around 128. And there's Gimme 80%. GG. FromSoft's the only company that isn't fixing such glitches. I know, dude, and that's very good. I love that so much. But something that we do for the 80% is actually Gimme. You know what I could do is I could actually show the original 80%. Here we go. This is. Oh, I'm on the other side. Oh God, this is not good. I need to move over. Hold on.
Whilst you're doing that, I just want to like shout out the people that have actually done Bloodborne no hit.
Sure.
Just to tell people their names and like they have so many resources to look at because every runner does something in a different way. So if I'm just going through the hit list quickly, we got Mogan Kai,
Susie,
Squilla, Faraz, Donny, Happy Hob has now done it. Gimme Dopamine,
Gimme.
Zeus, Kwitty, Jaxed, MMC, Yes Oyster, Goes on Ghost. I believe those are the only ones that have done Bloodborne. And Goes on Ghost has done it with one arm, which is crazy. But yeah, they're all the no-hit runners that have done Bloodborne. There's so many VODs to look at just to see
different strategies and how people take it.
Yeah.
Look, this is at the old counter. Look how look how like not thick I am. Hold on.
Oh yeah. And you had the meme names, which is cool, but sometimes you just gotta get serious.
I was not thick at all.
Look lighter, like your camera got
my
better or
camera
something.
was so here is this is it, man. This is my first ever no-hit run that I've ever done. And
Yeah,
it was impressive.
How long did this one take you?
It took me about
compared
3
'cause all
weeks to do.
bosses-
3 weeks, 3 to 4
and then
weeks.
all bosses was like 5 months.
And all boss took 5 months.
of,
And,
like-
and tell you the truth, Gimme, right now for DS3, I started in January, February, March, April, May. We're going like 4 months with the any percent in DS3. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, but like everyone's different. Everyone has different things going on in their lives. I'm someone who hasn't even got a job at the moment, and it took me 3 months to get my first DS3 no hit.
Yeah, DS3
whereas
is no
Donny
joke,
has
man.
a job and he's doing it. You're doing really well, and like
Yeah.
a lot of people have other stuff going on, so it doesn't matter about how long it takes you. What matters is that you see it through to the end and you get it. You know,
If you
No one's gonna
want to
care
do
if it
it,
took
you'll
you-
do it. Make it happen. Something that we do here that's kind of tradition is we'll take off all our clothes, take off our weapons, because we're like, do not hit Gehrman, don't do it. And as you can see, we had a one-hit PB on Shadows. Like I said, I think about 85% of people had a one-hit PB that was on Shadows. So,
yeah.
but yeah, this was the OG run here. So
The crazy thing is, the first time I saw the cutscene of Gammon cutting your head off was when I got the no-hit run, because I had just done my blind playthrough.
oh,
but I
no
never-
way.
I'd never have killed like Gammon or Moon Presence before, so I never ended the game before.
Yeah.
I did the 80% blind, and then I just started grinding for this.
Yeah, Gimme,
It was
because
nice
you
to
were
see that
doing
cutscene.
you were doing your blind playthrough and everything, right? I had this notification then too. Holy crap, man. Yeah, look what I'm doing, guys.
The Maria one.
Look what I'm doing. I'm telling everyone to push X.
And then there's those people that are just like, you got hit by Gammon.
Yeah.
It happens every run that's done.
Wow. I was so
Yeah, that
happy. I
notification-
was so happy, man. Oh my god. The first any percent you get is very like the feeling that you get. I guess we could talk about that too. Just the feeling is it's incredible. It's like nothing else. Like, oh my god.
It's the best feeling I've had in my
It's so
life.
good.
But I'm like 20.
Hey, Zeus
23
said
now.
down X. Oh my god. But yeah, it's a good feeling. Oh my god.
It's a video
I can't
game,
explain it.
but
Yeah. It's just
It takes to achieve this.
all the hard work and all the bullshit that you have to deal with, and then you finally get it and you're just like, dude, I did it. Like, I accomplished this. Like, it was done. So
Mentality for these runs, you have to have like an insane mentality, and it's like punching through a wall when you actually do it. You've come out stronger as a person.
Yeah.
Which sounds really weird because
it's just a game, but yeah, it means a lot to you, and it helps you with just life overall. Like, if there's something that you want to do, regardless of what it is, you put your mind to it, you can do it. You know, learning other languages, learning to skateboard, to draw, anything like that. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. It's that if you put the time into it and you actually want to achieve and finish it, you will do it. Like, you will get it. Just know that you're gonna have bad days more often than good, because these runs you reset 99% of the time. You only need one to successfully get it. So, yep.
It's all worth it after, though, isn't it? Once you get it, it's like, yes.
Yeah, it's worth it.
I don't care about all the resets. Like,
it's worth it because
if anything,
then
it makes
you're
it
gonna add
nicer.
more bosses to it after that.
No, yeah. So what I wanted to say about you said with languages and stuff. There's people that have like, done insane stuff, climbed Mount Everest, released an album and got great success, actors, whatever. This is like a small glimpse into the process it takes to achieve something you want to do in life. And it's easier to start that process, learning that process within a video game, right? So why not just start with a no-hit run and then take it into other things in life? If you're stuck, you don't know what to do. That's exactly what I did. I was just sat in my room, didn't know what to put my effort into. Learned a lot through the no-hit run. And now I need to do the extra step of going into real life with the process. But
So you just have to know that there's gonna be bad days in these runs. Like, you can't just think that, because the thing that I kind of want to get across is that you see all of these runs completed on YouTube or whatever you're watching it on, mainly YouTube. Like 99% of the time it's YouTube. So and you see them completed and you see that it's done 0 hit, but you do not know what the person has gone through to get that 0 hit. Like, it's not like they just went in and just said, hey, I'm just gonna get a 0 hit and that's it. It's far from that. So yeah,
like, and there are people that in chat that watch every day until you actually get the run.
Yep. And I think
just like,
we talked about that kind of briefly before, that doing these type of runs and grinding the resets and doing these all the time, it doesn't become about you anymore. It doesn't become about you completing the run. It really is people in chat and people that are watching you, because they're part of it too. They come back every day to watch you do runs. So I think it's me personally, and I know, like, we're not really going to get into it, but I think that your runs should be done on stream, because, like, if you do it offline and then people were like, well, I just watched you for 3 months and you're going to tell me that you're just going to upload it, you know what I mean? So it's just kind of that feeling of, well, I wanted to be there when you got it, like that type of thing. So because I do it for you guys, I do it for people in chat and people supporting me. So
see, I don't. I know that sounds bad.
Yeah.
I do it for myself.
That's fine, because you're doing it too.
I was
so.
running before a streamer. I was doing a silent runs before I was actually streaming. But then I did the all bosses on voice and cam, and kind of felt how you felt now. Like, it is so much better to have people around you when you get that run.
Yeah, there's just this feeling, man. It's so good. So
it does make other people happy. So it's nice to do it on stream.
Yeah, definitely. It's a self
I'm
accomplishment,
always
but
gonna be
also
a runner before a streamer.
Yeah. And the thing, I think the thing that I think about is that there is a million things that people can be doing at the time they're watching you stream and watching you reset. And the fact that they're actually there using their time and taking the time out to actually watch you reset for hours, where they could be doing other productive things, and then, they want to see you get the run because they care. They want to see it. So I think it's very important, and it's a big part of my stream. People can say whatever, do whatever they want, but I personally, I do it for people as well as myself, but I do it mainly because there's people there that are taking the time that, to watch you do it, and let's get it done.
I think it is better to get it on stream for sure, 100%, but I'm still open to doing it offline, Yeah, there's people that are there, even when you have days of just resetting before, like Abyss Watchers on DS3 or before Shadows on Bloodborne. There's people that stay there for those entire streams.
Thank you,
and then
guys.
They're there when you get the run, and it's like, holy shit, man.
I know. So, anything else, Gimme? Any final words? Any motivational speeches? Any butt smacks or anything like that?
There's so much that.
Does anyone have any questions?
If anyone's got any questions?
Anything like that?
Yeah.
But I think we're done with the 80%, man.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was good. It was easy, right? I
Yeah,
think
I feel like
the syncing thing is probably the thing that we need to try and work out, but
yeah, because I kept interrupting you, and you were at some different point.
and I was on a yeah, that was the hard part, but it's okay. We'll figure it out. Hopefully we can get it to work because all bosses, we have a lot to talk about in that run, so that's
There's a lot, man.
yeah. So I guess we'll
Room
sync up.
presence, Gammon, Abritas, Witches split.
What time is it? Oh, I want to do runs, but I really shouldn't because then I'm gonna do runs until 8 o'clock and then not be productive. So, I'll be back tomorrow. We'll do runs.
This was good enough, man. Come on, like.
I think this
You
was
did
good.
well
We'll end
today.
it here. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Gimme, you are one of my favorite people in this entire world, and I would not have anyone else here besides you because you're so
man,
awesome.
honestly.
So thank you for being here and taking the time to do this with me.
Thanks for having me. It was cool.
I really appreciate it, dude. We're going to do part 2. I guess give me whenever we can sync up and make it happen.
Yeah, we'll get it sorted. Just let me know.
Okay, cool. Let's go host up somebody. You have anyone in mind, Gimme?
Who's on?
Well, I kind of want to see people do runs, so we got Positive and Mogan.
Is Mogan's doing Bloodborne?
Yeah, he's
so
on
that's probably
Bloodborne.
better.
We can raid him up. If you guys want to join, we can go raid up Mogan. He's doing Bloodborne. Saw Spear all boss. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, guys. Here's the Twitter if you guys want to know when I go live, and we have the Discord as well.